Relax, bro. In the words of Aaron Rodgers, guys, RELAX. Relax. All right? A lot of people overreacting about week one right now. Chill. It's not that serious. In fact, it's not even that bad. I mean, there's people reacting out here as if we were supposed to win against the Steelers. Chill. Just relax. So all I'm gonna say, man, relax. Hold up real quick. Let me share this out real quick. Shout out to Bobbit in the chat. What up, Bobbit? All I'm saying is relax. Just for a second. Just chill. All right? We all need to calm down about week one. It's just week one. That's all it is. It's just week one so far. We got 16 more weeks to go, 15 more games to go. Shout out to Edward in the chat as well. Notification gang. Bobbit says, yes, indeed. Listen, man, people need to chill a little bit. You know, I peeped Bad Dog's video title today, and I didn't get to actually watch the vid, but I saw his video title. He was like, he's not impressed with DJ or something like that. I've seen Giants fans across Twitter just getting on Daniel Jones for no reason, as if this dude was the reason we lost. It's like, what? It's like what? Bob, if you want a wrench, hold up. Let me go in if I give you a wrench right now, the entire chat is gonna be blue, my guy. I have like 30-something moderators, bro. I actually have to cut down on moderators, actually. Yeah, we were supposed to lose, Edward. That's the thing, right? I don't know what everybody is so I don't know what everybody is so, how do I say, mad about, I guess. Like what is everybody actually mad about? The Giants were not supposed to be, winners in this game. Hold up, what in the world? My screen share just went wacky. There it is. There it is. Thank you. All right. Bam. No, there it's not. All right. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back. Kush, Bobbitt, Kush. Listen. So let's talk about this Giants game real quick. Let's talk week one football in general. We could go over many games you guys want. Of course, there's also rumors coming out today. Allen Robinson wants out of the Bears. He requested a trade. Then Allen Robinson's agent came out and said, no, in fact, we did not request a trade. But he did admit that he's very unhappy with the situation in the Bears right now. And then, of course, Odell Beckham Jr., the guy we traded away, is now also trading away, is now also being shocked by the Browns. So in case anybody thought that we didn't win that trade when we traded Odell away, this is kind of confirmation that, yeah, we won that, because this man is having problems with the Cleveland Browns now. I think you should power Photoshop. Sajid, I do have it. The thing is StreamYard, unless if you're on the free version of StreamYard, it only allows you to share Chrome tabs. It doesn't allow you to share any more applications. Shout out to Talking Sports with Muzz in the chat. Bobbit says, Evan Collins, shout out to Evan Collins in the chat. Bobbit says, I have Allen Robinson on fantasy. Should I trade? Not just yet. I mean, I 100% believe it is going to affect, the way he performs with his teammates, or the way his teammates perform with him. Team chemistry is not going to be the same after you admit to being unhappy on a team or something like that. But I wouldn't trade him just yet. Wait it out maybe a week or two and then see what happens. For all we know, he plays out the rest of the season on the Bears, kind of like how Yannick played out the rest of the season on the Jaguars and had a relatively good season there last year, and in fact the year before. Yannick's been happy with the Jaguars for years now. He's a PPR god, though. Yeah, that's another thing. He is a PPR god. The thing about Allen Robinson and why a lot of people consider him a top 5 wide receiver, even though I don't think he is that, I think he's definitely a top 10 wide receiver, though, is because his production with just terrible quarterbacks. All this man's career, he hasn't had a good quarterback. He's had Blake Bortles, and then he got Mitch Trubisky. And he's still putting up production of a legitimate number 1 receiver. You can only imagine what he can do with a good quarterback. Low key. Listen, I know there's no way it's going to happen, but I would love to have Allen Robinson on the Giants this year. It would probably be more realistic if we get him in free agency or something, but that's like thinking months down the line. I've seen somebody propose that the Giants trade Evan Ingram to the Bears for Allen Robinson, and while I wouldn't be opposed to that, the Bears have like 17 tight ends on their roster. I don't think they need another one, or that they're going to get another one. Bobbit says, I traded Calvin Ridley and David Johnson and Ronald Jones for Saquon and Henry Ruggs. Did I win the trade? Yes, you did. because I don't expect Saquon to have another week like this, and I definitely expect Henry Ruggs to have a great year in Las Vegas. Speaking of which, guys, let's talk about Saquon. Put your thoughts in the chat right now. How did you guys feel about Saquon's week 1 performance? I want to know this. I want to know if you guys felt disappointed. I think we all felt disappointed. So I guess I should say, did we feel angry? Did you feel sad? Do you blame it all on Saquon? Were you understanding? Did you think he should have broken a little bit more of these tackles because he's shown in the past that he can break some of these tackles? Or were you just like, man, Pittsburgh run defense was so good that you kind of understood why the dude ended up with a total of less than 15 yards or something at the end of the day? I know he had 15 carries. Edwards says if Saquon keeps getting pissed off, he's going to want to leave. I agree with you, although I hope he's a bit more mentally tough than that. But yeah, I mean, a player that's continually unhappy, they're eventually going to want to leave. And I hope that does not happen. Shout out to David AV in the chat. Edward says, I'm blaming it on the O-line. Evan Collins says he literally couldn't do anything or go anywhere. Thoughts on Fisk saying we shouldn't sign Saquon? Yeah, the whole reason I brought up who do you guys blame it on is because Fisk isn't the only person. You know, I was in his live stream before I came here that thinks that Saquon should have broken some of these tackles and whatnot. I disagree. And I do disagree on, him saying we shouldn't sign Saquon. But it really does depend, right? Like, what would be the plan if we don't re-sign Saquon Barkley, if we don't extend him past his rookie contract? And I 100% want us to, and 100% expect us to extend Saquon past his rookie contract. I think it would be a joke not to. But let's entertain the crazy thought that we don't, right? Let's just entertain the crazy thought that we don't. Now, I'm entertaining the thought, Edward. I'm entertaining the thought, right? What is the backup plan? Like, is there even a backup plan? Who are you replacing him with? Otherwise, you're back to the 2015, 2016, 2017 Giants where there was no run game at all. You know what I'm saying? If you get rid of this man or you don't re-sign him or you trade him or something, who are you replacing him with? It's not Wayne Gallman. It's not Dion Lewis. So are you going back in the draft? Are you going back and picking another running back? You know what I'm saying? Edward says we draft the running back like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yo, it sounds easy to draft the running back like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It really isn't. But you can get a good average starting running back in the mid-rounds. That has been proven in the NFL. You could definitely do that. But are they going to do what Saquon did? Because they're going to come in here with the same O-line. And if Saquon can't get past that O-line, who you're expecting a Clyde Edwards-Helaire to get past that O-line? Just kind of referring to the example you provided there, Edward. David says, I love Saquon, but if we don't, we draft one. Okay, everybody's thinking draft. Bobbit says, I wish we traded back and didn't get Saquon. All right. So this is something where it's like, I need to know what your plan is in that case, right? Because let's keep it real. Nobody can predict what happens if we don't take Saquon. If we don't take Saquon in that 2018 draft, it changes the rest of the draft all the way down for the rest of the first round, right? So who are we trading back to get? We don't know if that person's going to be there. But I get where you're coming from. I do understand the point of view for some people that said they wish they traded back, maybe gone a Quentin Nelson or something, maybe gone a Bradley Chubb, and then taking, like, say, a Sony Michel or a Nick Chubb late first round, late second round or something. I do understand where they're coming from. But I'm very happy with Saquon right now. You know what I'm saying? He's generational. This dude, listen, I'll tell you this, and I'm sure you guys watched my pros and cons videos that I had out today. I put some of the blame on Saquon. I put most of the blame on the offensive line, and I put some of the blame on play calling. Because let's keep it real. Jason Garrett's play calling week 1, and because it's week 1, I'm going to take it a little slow. But Jason Garrett's play calling week 1 was not good. It wasn't good, right? Like the play calling, even in the passing game, which was the only part of the offense that flourished, wasn't good. In the running game, not so much. You talk about Andrew Thomas being an absolute monster out there, which I absolutely love, man. Andrew Thomas looked great out there. He was consistent in the pass and run game, but for some reason, we did not really run it towards the left side of the line. I'm not sure if that had to do with matchups or if that had to do with the fact that they just wanted to give it to the right side of the line and whatnot, but it had to do with play calling as well. Shout out to Mark Primetime in the chat. He says, what's up, man? Barkley will ask for $20 million after the season. Would I pay this man? If he's asking for $20 million, nah, I'm sorry. Nah. Jesus Christ, $20 million for a running back? What's the highest contract right now? I'm about to look this up. What is the highest running back contract right now? What is the highest running back contract? Let's get this. Christian McCaffrey, he's getting 16 mil a year. So Saquon's asking for 20? No. I'm not giving him 20 mil a year. I was about to consider it and be like, oh, well, if he actually breaks out, he has like 1,500 yards, 500 receiving, then maybe. But that's 4 million more than McCaffrey's contract. No, and the cap space is going to go down next year. Definitely not. Kamara with 17. If it's 20 mil, but the next highest was 17, that's still too much. I'm sorry. But if let's say he asked for 17, right? It's gonna depend on what he does this year. And I hate that I'm saying that. I really do, because it's Saquon Barkley that we're talking about. This is our best player. Like, not by far anymore, because after last night, I think Daniel Jones is definitely creeping up there. I think we all knew Daniel Jones was eventually going to become the best player on the Giants. He's not there yet, but he's slowly making his way towards that. And I hope that Saquon could be on the team for another 5 years or so. Listen, the only thing I could really hope for, even though I know it's unrealistic, is that this man takes a team-friendly contract. He doesn't ask for that much. But it's not going to happen just because the running back market is crazy. The quarterback market is even crazier, but Jesus, man, just the cap space is not moving at the rate that it needs to be moving at to keep up with these player contracts. You know what I'm saying? Bobbitt says Saquon deserves 16. He did not outperform Christian McCaffrey. I agree with you. If he would take a $16 million contract, I would give it to him. Shout out to Cowboy X Factor in the chat. Says, Hater Hub, I liked how the Giants fans got together to call the game. Thank you. Thank you, man. Yeah, a lot of Giants fans did call the game last night. I was out there with Kid Blue, had a blast. We will be doing that every week, by the way, guys, alternating channels. We need a film breakdown. I actually had somebody ask me this, Evan, another person, one of my other subscribers asked me. The thing is, I would do a film breakdown if one of two things. A, if I was actually good at it. I'm not good at breaking down film. And B, if I actually had NFL Game Pass, which is where you get the film. None of those requirements are fulfilled. Cowboy X Factor says, now hopefully our teams do not let a team with a no name lead this division again. All I can say is that JSU embarrassing. JSU. I might be blanking on that. What's JSU? But yeah, we cannot let the no name Washington football team lead the division. That cannot happen. NFC East. Listen, I know that we're not exactly what we were in the past, best division in football right now. We're struggling. We are. It's no joke. But we can't let the no-name Washington football team come out here and lead this division. And I do think, they're going to be better than what people expected. But I don't think they're getting anything more than like 4 or 5 wins. I'm going to be honest with you. I still think the Giants are on pace to get, 6 or 7 wins. I predicted a 7-9 record, which I think personally is good, because this is a team that had 12 wins in the past 3 years. So 7 wins in 1 year, in my opinion, is good. It's good progress, and I do think we're still going to go for that. In fact, if you go to my schedule prediction video that I made months ago, I did have us losing the Steelers. Going back to when I started the stream, and I was like, relax, everybody relax. We weren't supposed to win this game. So I'm not sure where all the anger is coming from. Disappointment, yes, I get that, because I was disappointed too. I got my hopes up. I was disappointed. Made a video today. I was like, had a clear head. I was like, well, kind of makes sense that we lost. And there was positives to take away from it. Like Giants Twitter right now is going crazy as if there's no type of positives to take away from this game. Yeah, I'm not good at breaking down film, man. Oh, he meant just. Yeah, that is a bit embarrassing, man. Big Blue for life in the chat. Shout out to you. He says, if we can keep up with the Steelers, we can beat the Bears. I still have confidence that we can beat the Bears. I don't expect the Bears to pull another comeback like they did this week against the Lions. No, I think if they're going down this week, they're going to lose. You know how hard it is to pull a comeback like that once, let alone twice, and how much has to go wrong for that team to make the comeback? Now, granted, if the Bears pull the comeback again, that means the Giants beat themselves again. And let's call a spade here. And I think this speaks to how good the Giants were actually performing week 1. They beat themselves against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh wanted us to win that game. Pittsburgh almost handed that game to us on a silver platter with the amount of flags and the amount of good field position they gave us and whatnot, right? The Giants beat themselves. That's just it. I mean, when you choke a lead, you choke the 7-point lead and you didn't score at all until, 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. And I said this in my recap video as well. I hated the fact that it took them 4 out of the last 5 minutes to score. They didn't play with a sense of urgency or anything. I really did not like that. I don't know. Maybe they felt like the game was already lost. Judge in his post game presser said that the team fought to the end, and I do disagree with him there. The team did not fight to the end because it looked like they gave up within those last 5 minutes. I'm not gonna say that they obviously they shouldn't have done that, but you consider the context and whatnot. It's like, can I really blame them? New team, new coaching staff, new schemes, new everything. It's understandable to a point, that happened, but there's so many positives to take away from this. Daniel Jones is still that dude. I don't get where the resentment is coming from, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Mark Primetime says, and PTA is here, guys. Let me just add him in. What up, PTA?
What's going on, everybody? So you're mad, huh?
Me?
No, them, not you.
Yeah, them. Oh, your hat is covering your face so much that we just say blackness, bro.
So you mad? So y'all mad, huh? Y'all mad? Like y'all real mad right now?
Yo, PTA, you're a little quiet. I don't know if that's your mic volume or something.
I mean, I could speak louder. There's my mic right there.
There you go. You sound a lot better now.
That's good. Okay, yeah. We'll just pull the mic into the frame so everybody can hear me talk. So what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
Well, they are mad, but we all know Giants Twitter is mad. Let me get to Mark's comment real quick. He said, how I have looked at the games like a preseason game. No camp, no live games. Honestly, we won't know about our teams till week 3. I agree with you, man.
I mean, for some reason, people forgot that we were playing the Pittsburgh Steelers last night. Like, for some reason, people forgot that this Pittsburgh Steelers team, who is pretty much intact from last year, add a piece here, add a piece there. But this Pittsburgh Steelers team, with no quarterback, by the way, went 8-8. Okay? 8-8 with no quarterback. They were like an eyelash out of the playoffs. Same team. And we fought with this team for about 3.5 quarters. I mean, is there really anything to be mad about? Like, realistically?
Nah. I mean, there was mistakes and we all acknowledged them, but to be mad about something, nah.
I mean, listen, and the mistakes are like,
they're fixable.
They're preseason mistakes with no preseason, man. I mean, like, I guess a little spoiler from my breakdown that I'm going to be putting up at some point over the course of the next, I don't know, let's say 12 hours. But the fact of the matter is that, like, we had a couple of big mistakes from Daniel Jones, right? And they weren't even like super egregious. All right. The first interception, that was an amazing play by TJ Watt. All right.
I'm gonna disagree with you there, Pest, because when you go back and you watch the play again, that ball was gonna end up, if not in TJ Watt's hand, it was gonna end up in the cornerback's hand. That ball was not accurate. You look at where it was going, whoever the receiver was, I think it was Ingram or something. Daniel Jones did not throw the ball like out enough for it to be led. The ball's supposed to lead the receiver. That was going to end up in the cornerback's hand. And I did say, I'm not saying that Jones had a bad game. In both of my videos, I was like, this man carried the team, but both of the interceptions are on him. That first one, I've seen a lot of people saying it's on TJ. That was a terrible throw when you go back and look at it.
I mean, we could sit here and say what would have happened if TJ Watt wasn't there, but I'm not going to take away from how amazing that play was that TJ Watt made. All right. Mm-hmm. He feigned like he was blitzing and quickly dropped back. This play happened so fast that I had to watch it several times. Like, how in the hell did TJ Watt get back so fast? So, like,
runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year last year.
I mean, all right. Maybe if TJ Watt wasn't there, it could have potentially been an interception, but it probably would have been an incomplete pass. And we wouldn't even be talking about that play if it wasn't for how special TJ Watt was on that play. Now, the second interception, Daniel Jones got to throw the ball away immediately or eat the sack. All right. I'd be happy with either one of those results.
During the game, I thought he was going to eat the sack. I was so surprised when I saw the ball come out of his hands.
Yeah, like you either got to throw that away because you're outside of the tackle box. So we're not talking about intentional grounding. You could effectively throw it anywhere, or eat the sack and we'll live to fight another down and figure it out. Like, those are your two options. and he was trying to force a. From what I saw, it looked like he was trying to force a pass to if I'm
It had to be to Slayton in the
it
back of
looked
the
like
end
it
zone.
was Slayton
Yeah.
coming across the back of the end zone. He was hoping that maybe he could hit Slayton across the back of the end zone, but like you've got to have a bit
Bud
of
Dupree got his hand on DJ's throwing hand, so that just completely knocked the ball like
Right.
way far.
Right. So I mean, like even that play, all right. Like I don't know if it's necessarily egregious. It was more of DJ really trying too hard to make a play when he should have just plays over. We'll go to third down.
And PTA, I want to say this. That was a terrible play call by Jason Garrett. How do you run Saquon and fake him to the left and then send DJ where all the defenders were baited to the left instead of sending him to the right?
I mean,
all the defenders were already there because that's where Saquon ran to. That's where the fake was too. That's why Bud Dupree was right there. They were already baited to go to that direction.
I mean, I agree. The play almost looked like it was designed to take advantage of the fact that Bud Dupree was being so damn aggressive on that side that maybe Saquon could slip out into the flats and make something happen, but it just didn't. It didn't work. But I mean, like, okay, so boom, we got those two mistakes, right? And then I'm just gonna give my hot take here. I'm gonna give my hot take here. All right, because it's cushion, it's the hub, and I'm always down to give a little PTA exclusive on the hub. But I want Evan Ingram off my team.
You know, before we get into that, PTA, because a couple of comments actually, related to that. We're gonna get into that just now. Shout out to Calvin in the chat. He's an Arizona Cardinals fan. He said, I think DJ did pretty well for the first game. The kid showed accuracy and growth, in my opinion. My team is playing Washington next week. Hopefully, we can lend a helping hand. Yo, if y'all better beat the Washington no-names, bro.
Brakes off of Washington. Y'all better beat the brakes off of them.
Exactly. Big Blue for Life says it's those small mistakes that really bug you. Not taking advantage of the muff punt. Ingram not catching that pass in the red zone. Jones throwing a pick after a 19-play drive. Yeah, it really was small mistakes, but of course it had big consequences. But they're so fixable mistakes. They're like really fixable mistakes. We have such a great foundation that I find it. I don't know how you're not optimistic as a Giants fan overall.
Can I just say something real quick? I just say something? This is no cap, okay? This is
then take off your cap.
This is no cap.
Yeah.
My hair is gone. This is no cap. I hate dollar beer, yo. I 100% unadulteratedly
put your cap back on. That's cap. We all love dollar beer.
I hate it.
Put your cap back on.
Find out who is behind this account. If I ever find out who this
is, PTA, what would you do if it's your wife, bro?
I can't say you. Don't
put the cap back on. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't put me in a positions to display my terribly dark sense of humor in a situation where it's forever on the internet, man.
By the way, shout out to Dollar Beer for tuning in, Mr. Fishing and Words XXI. Listen, the thing I actually wanted to bring up was Cowboy X Factor's comment relating to Evan Ingram. He said, I also want to ask you about this. Did you hear about a Michael Gallup for Evan Ingram trade proposal? I think my team says no to that deal. What do you say to that deal?
Gallup for Evan Ingram.
Here's the thing. Knowing the Giants' luck, Evan Ingram is going to go over there and actually unlock his potential.
Bye. He can't block, okay?
I'm gonna need you to give us your grievances with Evan Ingram because we all got a problem with him right now. Let me hear you.
Yo, he can't. Okay, he can't block. All right, his blocking was atrocious last night. It was so bad, and all we keep hearing about is how much he's working on blocking. But his blocking's bad. Okay,
is his blocking worse than Saquon's, or is Saquon's on the same level?
Okay, Saquon's blocking is bad too. Saquon's blocking is terrible. But here's my issue with Evan Ingram. Okay, Evan Ingram is so soft, man. This dude is soft. And the reason why I say he's soft is because instead of doing what a tight end's supposed to do, okay, typically a tight end is prepared for the chip, okay? A tight end has to be prepared for the chip because as a defense, whoever my linebacker is, my assignment to that linebacker is always chip the tight end coming off the line. So Evan Ingram has to be prepared for the chip. And it always seems like when he runs his route coming out of a 3-point stance, he does everything in his power to avoid the chip. Chip the runner. Like when Evan Ingram is over on that left side and Bud Dupree has been screaming back here for the entire game.
Can I just say that Bud Dupree had an amazing game, even though it doesn't show up in the stats?
Bud Dupree's a monster, and most of us know that Bud Dupree is a monster. But Evan Ingram is not even chipping his guy just to break his timing. He's not even doing any of that. He's running out of his 3-point stand, avoiding the chip. Bro, hit the chip and go run your route. You're not doing anything but helping.
And then even that, PTA on top of that, the dude still has dropping problems. He still has, he cannot catch the ball consistently.
You every game you have a crucial drop. Every game you get a crucial drop.
It wasn't just that one in the end zone. There was a third down conversion drop that he just completely gave up.
Don't even get me started on the play in the. Okay, let's break down the play in the end zone. Another. I'm giving you guys another exclusive because I was going to talk about this in my breakdown. Okay, so on that play in the end zone that people were saying Daniel Jones threw a bad pass. Daniel Jones did not throw a bad pass. Okay, that play is designed for Evan Ingram, right, to come off the line of scrimmage and make it seem like he's trying to go up the seam so he can catch it on the back of the end zone, and then he's supposed to clear out and move into the open space. Did everybody see the big open ass space that Daniel Jones threw that ball to? Evan Ingram was supposed to be standing in that space, but he was too slow. He was too slow in getting to that spot.
It's funny that Ingram, the guy who's known for his speed, was too slow there.
He was too slow getting.
You know what I gotta say to that? Joe Judge said the great thing about Darius Slayton, another speedster on the team, is that he's not just a fast guy, but he also plays fast. Ingram does not play fast all the time. He's inconsistent with that.
He doesn't. I'm sorry, man. If there's any of y'all that are super duper Ingram lovers, Evan Ingram's a liability on his team, yo. He's a liability because, and the biggest reason why I say he's a liability is because how long until he gets hurt? He's not going to do anything all year, and then how long until he gets hurt? He's a liability.
Your response to Cowboy X Factor's trade proposal of Michael Gallup, Alvin Ingram straight up, I don't know. I don't know if that's fair or if that's a steal for us.
I personally think it's a steal for us because, unless the Cowboys are planning on using him like an off the line tight end, I don't know, man. I don't see for what this team, and this is really based off of one game. All right. I know that our scheme is going to change team to team. I know that we're not going to run the same type of offense against the Bears that we ran.
And PT, I just want to bring something up. A lot of people, including myself, will run the ring why the run game was so bad, but not only that, why we ran the ball so little. I think people forgot that this just might have been one of those games where Joe just said we're going to throw the ball 50 times, and Daniel Jones damn near did throw the ball 50 times because the Steelers' run defense was number 3 in the NFL last year, and they look like the best run defense out there today.
Very well could have been a game that he said, you know what, we're gonna come out and run sets and we're gonna pass the ball because they did that a lot. They did that a whole lot. But I listen, if we're gonna be doing that, Evan Ingram is not the tight end to run this heavy set play action pass because he's not doing the necessary things that a tight end needs to do, which is occupy a body for a second and go on his route. All right. That's what you're supposed to do. And the fact of the matter is this, okay? On that offensive pass interference play, Evan Ingram is on a linebacker. Evan, you telling me you got to push off of a linebacker, bro? You need to push off of a linebacker? You're supposed to be
You're supposed to be one of the fastest tight ends in the league.
You're supposed to be a mismatch. That linebacker shouldn't be anywhere near you for you to even have to push off of him in the first place.
Yo, so PTA, you were talking about when he's going to get injured next. Maybe he still is hampered, bro.
You know what? Maybe. Listen. I don't know. All I know is that I don't want this dude on this team no more, man. I'm
about to make you feel even more terrible about this, PTA. Big Blue for Life says we could have had TJ Watt over Ingram. That's true.
Yo, 100%, and that would have been nice. But unfortunately, our general manager at the time liked to take fast, athletic guys as opposed to cornerstone players who are going to give you great value.
Mark Primetime By the way, Mark Primetime, who's a Dallas Cowboy fan, he said the play you were talking about in the end zone, that looks a lot like a Jason Witten play. If you go look at the tapes, Jason would just sit on the route and not move. What if they told Ingram to sit on the route like Witten would do in the end zone?
But see, Witten is a different type of tight end than Evan Ingram. Witten is a big body guy that's tall as hell that can box you out. Evan Ingram ain't boxing nobody out. So Evan Ingram needs to move into that. Evan Ingram needed to move with Daniel Jones. And even if they did tell him, hey, sit on the route, as soon as he saw Daniel Jones rolling, he should have been shuffling with him. Move over so that you make life easier for Daniel Jones. You're his safety valve. So if you see him moving over, move
PTA,
over too.
Newcomer Kenny Joseph says, stop with the Ingram slander.
Nope, I'm done. I'm done with Evan Ingram. And I don't slander. I typically don't slander players, man. I typically don't talk about players or coaches losing their jobs. I don't. But like, if we're supposed to be a representation of what the city is, which is tough and physical and hard-nosed and punch you in the nose for 60 minutes, Evan Ingram ain't punching nobody in the nose for 60 minutes. He's not doing it. It's not doing. He's not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm off the Evan Ingram train at this point. I'm off of it.
Shout out to Toast NFL turning in now. Word XXI agreeing with you, saying that he's just completely done with Evan Ingram. Somebody else that had a terrible game, and it's funny. He literally did so bad. I'm not even joking. He did so bad that I forgot he was on the team when I did my recap video. I legitimately forgot. That's how much of a non-factor he was. I forgot that he was out there. And do you have faith in Caden Smith coming in being the number one? Because while it was limited snaps, we saw what he could do last year at the last quarter of the season. And when he was in there limited this year, I mean, this game, he looked good.
I kind of don't have a choice but to put my faith in Caden Smith if I'm getting rid of Evan Ingram. I mean, Caden Smith has looked fine.
Hey, at least he could block better.
Yeah, he's definitely a better blocker than Ingram. He's not.
Bro, even Levine Toilolo, the guy who's not supposed to be any type of receiver, he had a really good catch in the game.
A great catch on fourth down.
Yeah.
I'm off. I'm off for the Evan Ingram.
Kenny Joseph says, why aren't we talking about Barkley's pass blocking? I see the bias. It was one game. Are you talking about bias towards protecting Saquon or slandering Saquon in pass protection? I brought it up in both of my recap videos, and I brought it up briefly with PTA, but you want to get into that? Here's the thing. I am concerned about it because it's third year in the NFL, but I'm not about to get rid of Saquon just because of that. If they're going to have a set where they want the running back to block, just don't have Saquon in there. Put in Elijah Penny or somebody else.
Hey yo, Kenny, man, I know you mad because you love Evan Ingram, man, and so you've got to find something to discredit us. You got to find something to discredit our opinion, and I understand that because right now I'm crapping all over your boy. But Saquon Barkley is a liability in pass blocking. I've been said that. This ain't the first time I've said this on cam. Saquon's a liability in pass blocking. I don't like him.
That's always been the worst trait of his entering the NFL.
I've been said Saquon.
And also, Kenny, the reason we slander Ingram but we don't slander Barkley is because Saquon is arguably the best at his position. Ingram is not.
Saquon, Kenny. What realistically, right? What has Evan Ingram done realistically to
Ingram has done nothing for this team, bro. Saquon has done a lot.
Like what has he done since he got on his team? I really want to know, and I'll shut up. And I know it's bad content for the talking heads to not talk, but I'll shut up. And you can tell me what Evan Ingram has done to bring value to this team, aside from get hurt every year.
That's another thing. Christopher brings up a good point. It's not slander if it's true. We're just speaking. This is true what we're saying about Ingram. And we're not saying that Saquon is good in pass blocking or anything. You go to my pro and cons list. I said Saquon is a con for this game, but I didn't put him on there because they're running, because I put that on the offensive line mostly. But I put him in a con because he was terrible in pass blocking, and he gave up a sack. That sack from the Steelers safety that came down was all Saquon. He was supposed to make that block.
Kush, last night, did Evan Ingram make a play that made you say, wow?
Nah.
Did Saquon make at least a play that made you say, wow?
I'm sorry, but also nah.
No?
Nah.
Because I said wow on that screen. That was the only time I said wow. Look at Saquon.
I
Besides
I didn't say wow. It was more so I'm surprised at the fact that he actually got anything going because I didn't trust the block. Anytime we got out there, it just seemed like the offensive line wanted Saquon to fail because that's how bad they were when it came to run blocking. They were actually okay in pass blocking, and I know the screen, is obviously a screen pass, but for some reason I was just like, this is gonna fail too because they can't block for this guy.
Yo, he got out in open space and he was gone. That was the only time that I was like, wow. The rest of the night, I was like, yo, Saquon don't got no time to do nothing out here.
Yo, at least last year he got to the line of scrimmage before he was tackled. He's not even getting to the line of scrimmage and he was tackled.
But you know what? Good on the Steelers, because if I was going against the Giants as a defensive coordinator, I would have been sending everybody. Because I want to make Daniel Jones beat me. I'm sending everybody. Wait. He's posted something. Go ahead, Hubby.
He says when Ingram is on the field, he takes the top of a defense. I don't think so, bro. Look at the Bucks game. He played great, 75-yard touchdown. It's one game he's coming off of an injury and preseason new scheme against the best defense in the league. The one thing I will give you there, Kenny, is that it is one game. It is week one. And low key, I am giving like basically everybody on the team a pass for like the first 4 weeks. It might be too much, but I am giving them a pass up to a certain extent. So the only thing I agree with you there, though, Kenny, is that it's one game.
It is one game, Kenny. But you've given me one play. There was one play all year last year that Evan Ingram did something of note. One play. I'm just being real. Listen, I'm unbiased, man. I am unbiased about this New York Giants team because one thing I will not be on this stream is a homer or a hater. I am unbiased. I come at this like a coach, okay? Every time I get in front of the mic, I come at this like a coach and I try to give you guys a coach's perspective of the team, all right? Evan Ingram made one significant play last year. One. That's it.
He low-key disappeared after the Bucks game, and then obviously the injury came.
Straight up, he did. He made one legitimate play. The year before that, he made one legitimate play. I'm just being real, man. Like, one play does not grant you a slot on my roster. Anybody in the NFL can make one play. Anybody. Every single player, whether he is signed right now or a unsigned free agent, can make one play in the NFL. I can't make one play in the NFL. All right. Kush can't make one play in the NFL. But every single NFL player that is in the NFL Players Association can make one play a year. But you want us to keep Evan Ingram and pay this man? Because by the way, it's coming up. All right.
No. You want to talk about pay? Somebody brought this up earlier, right before you got in stream, in fact, and we need to talk about this. Are you paying Saquon Barkley $20 million at the end of the season? That's a legitimate conversation.
I love Saquon, right? I love Saquon. But it's going to depend, yo.
It's going to depend on so much.
I've got to watch Saquon the rest of this season. And listen, and this here's the reason why I think about it for Saquon and I don't think about it for Evan Ingram. Because of the potential in Saquon that we've already seen, right? Mm-hmm. If we take everything,
and also what he is off the field, he's a giant. Right. He's such a giant off the field.
If we've taken everything that Saquon has done since he's gotten in this league, okay. By the way, when it comes to his production, right? He's in the top 3. All right. This guy is in the company with Christian McCaffrey and Ezekiel Elliott. He's in that conversation. OK, we're not talking about a fringe football player. We're talking about a guy that is in a conversation with the best running backs in the league. OK, from a standpoint of yards per scrimmage or yards from scrimmage. OK, this dude makes plays. That's the reason why I would consider it for Saquon and go, let me see the rest of the season before I make that decision. And with Evan Ingram, I'm like, nah, because Evan Ingram's production has not been there.
Kenny has another comment. Wait, before we get to that comment, I already read it in my head. Let's continue with the Saquon thing real quick, because this, like I said, this is a conversation I would prefer to have than to talk about Evan Ingram right now. What does he have to do for you for us to give him $20 million a year? Because I don't want to see him walk. It's Saquon. Right now, he's our best player on the team. There's no way I want to see him in any other uniform. And it's crazy because we were having the same conversation about Odell in 2018. And then obviously we traded him in the offseason after that.
I'm gonna say this, man, and all you Saquon fans are going to hate me. You're gonna run to my channel. You're gonna unsubscribe. You're gonna thumbs down on my videos. That's all right. One man ain't this team. So if Saquon is here, great. If he's not here, great. It is what it is, man. Because that's the way this league works, man. You don't get to keep everybody. Now, again, I love Saquon. I want Saquon to be a Giant for as long as possible. Okay, but Saquon gonna have to work on some stuff. Okay, Saquon gonna have to work on his pass blocking. Saquon gonna have to work on getting the ugly yards, because that's still something Saquon don't do, and it pisses me off. Now, granted, yesterday,
he didn't have a chance to do it, but I know what you're talking about.
He didn't have a chance to get ugly yards, but I'm waiting. Giant Opinion Sports. He's been killing me since I came in here. I love that dude. I love him more than Dollar Beer. I messed up my train of thought. If you know, the fact of the matter is that I want Saquon to be a Giant forever. Okay, I do, because I know what Saquon can be. I know what he can be. And I was talking about getting the ugly yards. I understand that he couldn't get the ugly yards because he was hit, 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage as soon as he got the ball in his hands. But I saw him dance a little bit, and I'm like, stop dancing, go hit the hole. Just go. You're big. You're not a small guy. Just go. All right. Mm-hmm. And maybe instead of getting -3, you get -1. Stop dancing and just go.
Exactly.
So Kenny, before you sit here and talk about how biased I am, because apparently I love me some Saquon Barkley, I love players who produce. Okay, that's what I love. I love players who produce. If you're not producing, okay, it's
Kenny. Okay, so Kenny's like past 3 comments could be boiled down into the one comment he just put in. He says Ingram is top 10 when healthy. All right, bro, stay healthy. No, forget that. He's not healthy, Kenny. That's the point. No, he's not healthy.
He's not top 10 when he's healthy. He's not top 10. Top 15? Maybe. He's not top 10. He's just not. I'm sorry.
And let's say he was, though. Let's say he was. My argument is that he can't even stay healthy, Kenny. That was the main argument by Ingram before he went out there and stunk up the joint last night. We were all wondering if he's going to stay healthy.
This is 4th season, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't played a healthy season yet. This man has not played a healthy season, a full-ass season of football yet. This is his 4th year. I'm telling you right now, because I don't control what happens at the Giants, okay? And I'm pretty sure that they're not jumping out the window about getting rid of Evan Ingram like I am. He's probably not going anywhere. He's going to be here. But I'm going to tell you this, man. First and foremost, if he gets hurt again this year, he's done, okay? Because you're not going to pick up his 5th-year option. You got to understand something. When you pick up a player's 5th-year option, you're playing him like a top 5 player in the league.
Didn't we already pick up his 5th-year option, though? I think we picked up his and Jabril Peppers.
I don't remember. I don't remember if we did or not. I got to look. I hope they didn't. I really, but they may have had to before the season started. I think they had to before the season started. I wouldn't want to, but if they did, then they did. I don't think if this man can't play a full season, man, then he don't need to be here.
And Kenny's bringing up now. He's saying Barkley can't pass block. It's a liability at this point. Guess what? It's a liability in only that aspect of his game. Literally every other aspect is good.
And you know what? And you know what, Kenny? If that's the issue, right? If the issue is Barkley can't pass block, cool. If it's not a play that's designed for Barkley, we got other running backs that can. We got other running backs that can come in there on 3rd down.
And Kenny, once again, bro, you're saying it's one game, and I agree with you. I'm gonna give him a couple more games to prove himself, but I see where everybody's coming from, and we have a point. It's not like we don't have a point, but I told you, I agree with you. It's just one game.
He is healthy. You're right, Kenny. He is healthy right now. He has not had a full 16-game season since he's gotten here. Not one. Not once. He's missed. And you know what? If he missed like 1 game here, 1 game there, that'd be different. But when we're talking about missing 5, 6 games a year, 7, 8 games, half the season, and you want to keep this man here? This man who can't block. He cannot block. He
can't block, can't catch, can't stay healthy.
Pass block. He can't stay healthy, but he's really, really fast. I mean, are we the Oakland Raiders now? Like, are we the Oakland Raiders? We just want all the fast guys. They don't have to have no skill or ability. They just need to be fast. Hey, man, Al Davis. First of all, Al Davis is dead, okay? But even if he wasn't dead, he works in Las Vegas. He works in Las Vegas if he wasn't dead, man. We don't – how many – yo, Travis Kelce ain't super fast. Like, he's not, but he's reliable. Oh, my God, San Francisco.
George Kittle.
Kittle ain't super fast, but he's reliable, and he can block. And he can hit. That's what a tight end is supposed to be. If you want to take Evan Ingram and make him a wide receiver because that's the kind of how he plays anyway, like a wide receiver, then I guess go ahead and give that a shot. But I'm sorry, man. Kittle is listen, Edward Chan. Kittle is fast, but he ain't Evan Ingram fast.
Mm-hmm. And I will say this. We've literally talked about Evan Ingram for a good 15, 20 minutes. Now let's talk about a draft pick that has worked out for us so far, even though it's only one game. Andrew Thomas, man. Andrew Thomas, the rookie left tackle for the New York Giants. And I was surprised. I was one of the only, Giants YouTubers that brought up in their recap videos because I watched like most of us. This man was spectacular last night. He was our most consistent offensive lineman. He was great in pass blocking, and he was the only offensive lineman that was getting a push in the run game. Let me hear what you got to say about this man, Andrew Thomas.
Listen, I was one of the main people screaming for Andrew Thomas pre-draft. I said this is the man for the job, and he looked great, man. He looked great. Now, people were talking about, well, yeah, but it was getting pressure on his side. But you got to understand something. A lot of those times, that was Evan Ingram over there. And
the one time a sack did come from his side, it was Barkley missing the pass protection.
It wasn't even a lineman. It was the corner.
Safety.
It was a corner blitz.
It was a safety or corner. Yeah,
it was a corner blitz, and Barkley missed the block. I mean, like, listen, I am super excited about Andrew Thomas. I think he's going to be really good. I think he had a real
bro. He did that against TJ and Bud.
Yo, he had a real good, solid ass game, man. And I feel good about him, man.
PTA. He did that against TJ and Bud without a preseason.
He did. And now here's what I'm gonna say. Because there's gonna be some people that are gonna say this. He lost a rep or two here and there. He 100% lost a rep or two here and there. But that's going to happen. You can't get mad at a player losing reps because you can't win every rep. It's impossible, okay? Like, it is impossible to win every rep. You're going to lose
what
reps.
This dude did,
man,
the fact that he was the only offensive lineman that was consistent and great last night.
And solid and just really
as a rookie without any type of preseason. Do you know how excited that makes me? Because we were out here trying to placate fans before the game saying, yo, listen, Thomas might struggle the first 6 weeks. He said, nah, I'm Andrew Thomas. I got this.
Yo,
forget that.
He played great. They still going ham in the comments.
They're still talking about Ingram?
Yo, they are. Listen, Kenny, they are on your neck, man. You are one man against an army right now. But you fighting a good fight, man, and I appreciate it, man.
Kenny, bro, if Ingram comes out week 2 and he has like 6 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown or something crazy like that, bro, I'll eat crow. But he also has to do that for about like more than one game across the year.
Nah, forget all that, Kenny. If Ingram comes out and has a bomb ass game, I'ma still say get rid of him. I'm dying on this hill. I don't want this man on my team anymore. I'm sorry if that makes you hate me, Kenny.
Evan Ingram, just because of that, Evan Ingram's going to come out and have a 1,300-yard season, 6 touchdowns. PTA's body's going to be rotting on the hill.
Hey, I'm be dead on that hill saying, I don't care. I still don't want this man. He's a bum.
Shout out to Nikki in the chat. Unfortunately, OBS does not translate these codes into the actual emojis. He's using my members' emojis, guys. The Slayton helmet, Giant, Daniel, and Saquon emojis is what she's using there. Listen here. Not only did Andrew Thomas look good for the Giants, he was the only rookie left tackle. Remember the top 4? Becton, Wirfs.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Kenny. Is that Kenny the Mochaccino? Is that you, Kenny? I just want to know if that's you. Say it's you. Is that Kenny the Mochaccino? Because if
Who's
that's
that?
Kenny the Mochaccino, he's a guy he's a guy that subscribes to Entertainer, and he's also in his Discord. Is that you, Kenny the Mochaccino? Because if that's you, we're done talking forever.
Why? What's happening?
I just need to know if that's you. If that's not you, he's probably going to cap and say it's not. But if
What's
that's
the
you,
story though with that Kenny?
oh man, you can't. Oh, it is him? Oh yeah, we're done talking, Kenny. We are done talking. Why didn't you tell me that was you? I wouldn't even engage in this conversation with you. You can't tell, listen, you can't tell Kenny the Mochaccino anything, all right? I've had so many debates with him. Debates with him in Entertainer's Discord, where this man talks to me as if I don't know football. And everybody that hears me talking to him is like, yo, Kenny, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, Kenny, listen.
He's done. He's done. We're not talking to him no more.
I'm still going to say you're fighting a fight. I don't know if it's a good fight anymore, but you're fighting a fight.
It's a wrap for Kenny Namoga. I just clicked in me because this sounds and feels like I'm talking to him.
Yo, Mr. Fishing says, you ever get that shiny toy for Christmas and then realize it wasn't that cool? That's Ingram.
Yeah, we're done, Kenny the Mochaccino. I'm not talking to you no more. Don't listen. Kenny, go sit in the corner, man. Go sit in the corner. The adults are talking, Kenny.
Yo, as you said that, somebody says he's a kid.
It's a wrap for you, Kenny. You're done. He is a kid. It's a wrap for you, Kenny. You're done. You're done, man. I didn't realize that's who I was talking to. If I would have realized that's who I was talking to, I would have ignored you from the jump.
Yo, he literally hasn't said a thing since you figured it out.
Yo, it's a wrap.
He hasn't said a thing since you figured it out.
And by the way, the reason why I call him Kenny the Mochaccino, right, was because his name in Discord was Kenneth the Light Skin, right? But then we saw what he really looked like, and this dude ain't light skinned. He's not light skinned. So I said, man, you Mochaccino colored. First of all, your name is wrong, and so everybody started calling him Kenny the Mochaccino.
Listen, bro, put it in a burrito. It's a wrap.
Oh man, it's done. It's done. Okay.
Jersey Life, how were you not subscribed to Pest before? His link is in the description down below. If anybody else is not subscribed to Pest, I said in the description down below is what I meant to say. I said his description is in the link down below. Wow. Anyway, let's go back to Andrew Thomas. Remember, there was this conversation about top 4 tackles in the draft. Mekhi Becton, Tristan Wirfs, and even Jedrick Wills all looked terrible week 1, and Thomas came on and was looking good.
I've been saying that he is a left tackle 1 all through the.
He was the only, and PTA. I don't know how long you've been watching my channel. Obviously, we've only connected within the past couple of months, but same here. He was the only tackle out of the draft class that I believe could actually play left tackle. Everybody else, I was looking at them as a right tackle.
I was saying Thomas or nothing the entire time. I said you either get Andrew Thomas or you trade Thomas or nothing, because I love watching film on Andrew Thomas. Kid's a beast. So I listen. People was talking about.
Yo, Edward Chan said Wills was benched.
Was he? Oh well. Listen, everybody was like, "Oh man, Andrew Thomas is getting wrecked in training camp and in practice and blah, 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 blah." And I was just sitting here like, he gonna be all right. I was sitting here being fan number 3. He'd be all right. I was being fan number 3. He'd be all right.
If y'all don't know who fan number 3 is and where that reference is from, you need to watch a little bit more of my skits. All right. Shout out to Matt88's in the chat as well. And somebody says, don't you ever talk down the GOAT Danny Dimes. Let's get into the man whose picture I've had up here all this time. Let's talk about Daniel Jones. What is your response to everybody that is either falling off the Daniel Jones train or for some crazy reason they're like, I don't know anymore, man. He didn't look that good out there. He has to play better, which I completely disagree with because this dude carried the offense. But what are your thoughts on Daniel Jones from week 1?
If you feel that way about Daniel Jones, you're dumb. Y'all know me, man. I'm a real dude, man. I tell it like it is, straight down the line. If that's how you feel about Daniel Jones, you're dumb, flat out. Okay. Daniel Jones looked amazing. Okay. Let's go ahead and acknowledge a couple of mistakes he made. Okay. Fact of the matter is that this is still a young quarterback who has not even played a full season in the NFL.
Yeah, in 13 games, listen to the stat line. Not a full 16-game season, but in 13 games, 28 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, like 3,600 yards.
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
This is a young man who's not played a full season. He's got a new coach, all new coaches, new head coach, new coordinator, new quarterbacks coach, new terminology, new playbook, new everything. Okay, and he went out there against a perennial playoff team. Okay, I got to keep bringing that up because apparently some people thought that we played. I don't see. I can't even say who the worst team in the league is because it's too early. But who thought that we was playing a tanking Jaguars team? Okay,
the Jaguars. Gardner Minshew was keeping them afloat.
Who by the way played great.
I just want to say real quick, PCA. It's funny how Gardner Minshew is what everybody wanted Baker Mayfield to be. Guy that came into a dying organization and straight up just playing them into the games, bro.
Right. So we played the Pittsburgh Steelers, a perennial playoff team, a team that went 8-8 with no quarterback. Okay. That's what they did last year. Same team. All right. But Daniel Jones was carving these mofos up. He was carving them up. Okay. That 19-play drive, I know it ended in an interception, but it was masterful. Okay.
Yo, on that drive, he went 4 or 5 to third down conversions. In the entire first half, the Giants were only 1 of 6.
Yo, if you want to see the kind of quarterback Daniel Jones can be, if you want to see, just go watch that 19-play drive. Ignore the final play. Okay, you got to ignore the final play, but you got to go watch that 19-play drive. He was masterful on that drive. This kid is legit, and I've been saying this. Even though I didn't like the pick, when we picked him, this kid's legit, and I was wrong. I was wrong about being mad that we got Daniel Jones. I'm just going to get that super chat. Sorry.
Shout out to Joseph Clark. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Joseph Clark, steady support of the channel. Thank you, man. He said DJ did well, had no run game, and we have, in all caps, a left tackle. Can you imagine how good he would have been if we actually had a run game?
Wait. Joseph Clark. Thank you so much for that super chat. I need you to show Kenny the Light Skin's second to last comment.
Second to last?
Mm-hmm.
Blake Martinez one?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was wrong on the Blake Martinez debate. LOL.
Okay, this was the first debate that me and Kenneth the Light Skin had. Is the why Blake Martinez was a good signing. He said Blake Martinez was a bum. He said Blake Martinez sucked.
Yo, Kenny Joseph, you need to be watching my channel, bro. Listen, PTA, I don't know when you said this, but from the moment we signed Blake Martinez, I was on that Blake Martinez train, and I was debunking everybody. Before the man himself said he was misused in Green Bay, I was like, yo, just look at the film. He was misused in Green Bay.
This is what I tried to explain to Kenneth the Mochaccino. This is what I tried to explain to him, but he didn't want to listen. He wanted to talk about how he sucked and how bad he was and how he got lucky getting all the tackles and he wasn't sideline to sideline. He didn't play fast and he wasn't smart. And I was just like, you are an idiot. But hey, good on you for owning up that you're a dumbass.
I mean, because Blake Martinez looked good yesterday.
Oh,
man.
He looked great.
He looked good.
Now let's not. Here's the thing, okay? As Giants fans, we cannot be too high and we cannot be too low with one game. What'd you say to me, Dollar Bear? Trade me for what?
For
it was a slitter.
You know I don't know. I don't want to guess because it sounds like it could be. I don't know.
You get, is that something you get from Dollar General? Since that's where you live?
I have no idea. But Joseph Clark says, on that second interception, like Bobby Skinner said, they were running a play to the left with a righty QB. Not even that. I said to PTA earlier, they faked the run to the left, and then Daniel Jones went out to the left. If you fake the run to the left, and every single body in the defense is going to go to the left, Daniel Jones is going to get hit immediately because the defense is already there, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, see, that's why I think that play was actually designed for Saquon to get out into the flats because everybody was going to bite down on the play action. So I think that play was to Saquon, but Saquon was going to be covered, and that's when he saw Slayton coming across the back in the end zone, and he was thinking to himself, I can make this play but you can't make that play there. you ain't there yet.
No, he could have if Bud Dupree didn't get his hand on him. I think he probably could have. Worst case scenario, that ball goes out the back.
He can't make that play in that scenario.
Not in that one.
He can't make that play with a defender screaming on him. He can't. Mm-hmm. He ain't there yet.
He's not there. Yo, he's gonna be there though. He's gonna be there. I expect him to be there by the end of the year. Maybe my expectations are too high. Which, by the way, I was kind of hard on Daniel Jones in both of my recap videos because I said I do blame him for both the interceptions. But I then explained it by saying I blame him for both the interceptions because I know how good he is. I have really high expectations for him because I know how good he can be.
Listen, I'm in on Daniel Jones. I'm in till I'm out. I am in until I'm out, man.
Yo, hold up. We gotta talk about this real quick because this was some week one Jets fans, and Jets fans are probably the most delusional fan base in the entire NFL, bro.
Hey, go see go see how your friends think Darnold is right now after that game on Sunday. Why don't you go see what they thinking right now?
Sam Darnold looked like trash.
Yeah, he looked terrible.
He does not look like he should be starting in the NFL.
Now, to be fair, that Jets offensive line is a debacle. Okay, it's a debacle.
So is the Giants, except for Andrew Thomas.
He looked terrible. Here's the thing: I don't think the Giants offensive line is as bad as it looked. Okay,
Listen, it was terrible in the run game, but it was okay. It was in the pass.
I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are just that good of a defense, man. Pittsburgh Steelers was a top 3 run defense last year.
Yes, they were.
They were a top 5 defense, period. Like, this is a good defense that we're going up against, man. That defense is stacked and jacked. All right. That's why Jersey life with some ghosts and some laughing.
Sam Darnold, yeah.
Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts. It went over my head, but then I caught it back here and I brought it back down. We good.
Okay, Drex.
So I'm glad you caught the reference. So yeah, I mean, listen, Daniel Jones is the real deal, man. I really, like the way he played,
bro. He looks so good. We kind of got interrupted when we were talking about that 19-play drive. So continue on that. He was an absolute master on that 19-play drive.
Listen, that 19-play drive is peak Daniel Jones. Okay. If we can get that Daniel Jones on a consistent basis throughout this season, we're going to be okay. All right. I'm not saying that it's going to translate to a bunch of wins because I don't believe that we're going to get a bunch of wins. But if we can get that Daniel Jones consistently, that 19-play drive Daniel Jones, if we can get 90% of the Daniel Jones that we got last night, I feel confident in our quarterback situation. And I know that like we couldn't run because we don't have because our
Daniel Jones said you can't run. That's fine. I'll scramble for the first down on that 19-play drive.
Daniel Jones didn't care that we couldn't run because he was sitting in that pocket. He was making good throws, tight contested catches that thrown in the tight windows. He was doing it all, man. And Daniel Jones is just he looks so good, and I'm so happy that we have him. Even though I wasn't happy initially, he looked great, man. And then here's when I was like, all right, Daniel, you learned. I'm so happy. I almost cursed. I was like, all right, Daniel, you learned, because Daniel took a shot. He got sand blasted, and he didn't fumble the ball. He held on that ball with 2 hands. Then there was another play where he was kind of trying to navigate the pocket, and last season when he was trying to navigate the pocket, that's when
shout out to the Entertainer Talking Sports in the chat.
Tanner, what's going on, big dog? How you doing, man? YouTube Yoda up in here.
We were just, as you have heard, we were just going off about Daniel Jones because there seems to be a bit of not necessarily hate, but just doubt about this man.
Yeah, so he was trying to navigate the pocket, and as I saw him doing that, in my head I went, "Oh God, no!" Because last year he would have fumbled in that.
Oh yeah, one thing nobody talks about: Daniel Jones did not fumble against this Pittsburgh defense, which was number 1 in fumbles last year.
Not once. He didn't fumble once. He navigates the pocket, and he ends up getting sacked. But as soon as someone was close to him, he put a second hand back on the ball and went down. And I was like, that would have been a sack last year. This man learned. So, like, listen, there is a lot of good that came out of this game yesterday, man. There's a lot of good. And as Giants fans, We should feel good. Listen, I woke up this morning, man, at stupid o'clock in the morning. I was up super early this morning. Sun wasn't even up yet. And I felt good, man. I felt happy.
Are you living Joe Judge's life? Because did you see what Joe Judge said?
He woke up. I saw it. He said he woke up and he was happy that Daniel Jones was quarterback. Listen, I woke up this morning and I felt good. And I typically don't feel good after a Giants loss. Like no Giants loss. But I woke up this morning and I looked through my Twitter as I was getting prepared for the morning. I had a million alerts on my phone from people that I was talking smack to because I'm here for the smoke, and I get you on Twitter. The real ones know I get you on Twitter. I don't care. But I had 1,000 notifications, and I'm looking and I'm seeing all these angry Giants fans, and I'm just laughing because I'm just like, y'all don't know how good this team looks right now. This team looks good, man.
Yo, the Washington football team, because they're one up, their fans have been talking more trash than anybody to the Giants. I'm like, yo, calm down. We're still gonna sweep you. You're gonna get your turn. Just wait. We're still gonna sweep you, Washington.
Listen, they beat a depleted Eagles team that credit.
Which, by the way, seeing the Eagles lose to them just makes me more confident that the Giants are gonna beat the Eagles this year.
Credit to Kush, because Kush been talking about how depleted that team is.
I've been saying that for months, man. Muhammad, shout out to him in the chat. He says, do you think Nick Gates will improve at center? Kind of going back to like when we were talking with Kenny Joseph, I forgot what his nickname is, and he was saying it's 1 week. I want to say it's 1 week, but I do think Gates will improve just because he really got knocked around by Cam Hayward and them boys in the middle.
Listen, you guys got to understand that him being the center, he is the quarterback of the offensive line. He's got a lot. He's doing a lot down there, okay? He's making his checks. He's making his calls. He's IDing the mic. He's getting slide protection calls out. He's doing a lot, all right? And this is his first game, live action, having to do it. Did he look good last night? No, not really. But this line is something that I'm willing to kind of sit back for a minute and watch. I do think that Matt Parrott is man, his seat's on fire, man. Because
you mean Cam Fleming's seat is on fire?
Oh, I think Matt Parrott's seat's on fire because they're getting ready to launch this man into the lineup.
Oh,
I think Fleming is on a.
Now, usually when you say somebody's seat's on fire, that means they're about to get fired. That's why I was like, you mean Fleming?
No. His seat's on fire because the rocket propulsion is happening. He's getting ready to get launched into that line.
And credit to Kid Blue, because Kid Blue's been saying for weeks that Matt Parrott's going to start way sooner than anybody think he is. And I'm starting to believe that as well, that he might be coming in a lot sooner than I thought he was.
Yeah, I legitimately think that Cam Fleming is serviceable, but he got beat up last night. Man, did he get beat up. And you know what? So did Kevin Zeitler, man. Kevin Zeitler
and Will Hernandez, yeah.
Hernandez didn't look great either, man. I was just like, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. We're gonna have to see how this line shakes out. But it's one game. All right. They're learning, they're gelling. It takes a little bit for them to all get on the same page. I think our line will be fine. Again, I don't think it's more.
How do you think we're going to fare against Khalil Mack and the Bears?
I actually think we'll do a little bit better against the Bears because the Bears are not as stacked in the front seven.
Yeah, the Bears, overall, are not as good as Pittsburgh.
No,
the only thing they got is that one position, and that's Mack at just that one single position.
Yeah, I don't fear. Like, I got a little bit of fear. I had a little bit of fear about Pittsburgh's front seven. More than I have fear about Chicago's front seven. Now, I'm not discrediting Khalil Mack, man. Khalil Mack gonna eat. Don't even get it twisted. Khalil Mack gonna get his sacks. Okay,
but listen, we held Pittsburgh to what? 2 sacks, I think we held them to.
Yeah, 3.
3.
Yeah.
I don't think Khalil is getting like 2 or 3.
I think
if we hold Pittsburgh as a whole to 3 sacks, I think we could hold Khalil to less than 3, less than 2.
I think he'll get. I think he can get 2. He can get 2, and if he doesn't get 2, it's because on what would have been his second one, Daniel Jones barely got the ball out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we'll do a better job because again, I don't think it's the fact that our line is bad. I think it's more that the Steelers front seven is just nasty. They're nasty, man. They got gangsters all up and down that defensive line and those linebackers. They're just gangsters. They're nasty.
And
man.
I'll say this. Chicago's secondary is not as good as Pittsburgh's secondary, so I expect DJ to have an even better game. I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but he had a great game against Minka, Joe Hayden, and them boys. I expect him to have a great game again next week.
I wasn't even scared of Pittsburgh's secondary, to be honest. I was more scared of their front seven.
No, but I'm just saying, in terms of secondary-wise throwing the football, it should be an easier time for him next week.
Yeah, I think you'll have a bit of an easier time. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to be. Listen, you guys are going to very rarely where you hear me say this is a win. This game is a win. You'll very rarely hear me say that, especially right now in the state that this team is in. Okay, but we've got a much better shot of beating the Bears than we had of beating the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Much better shot. Much better.
And we were talking about Daniel Jones so much. We didn't even get to one thing that got me really excited. Leonard Williams got a sack. And Leonard Williams had consistent pressure all game. That Giants defensive line was no joke until they got gassed out in the fourth quarter. But they were no joke. They were getting pressure.
You know, I hate to tell y'all that I told y'all so. No, I don't. I don't hate to tell y'all.
Take off the cap and look us in the eye, because this is a no cap moment.
I love telling y'all I told you so. Now, I'm not giving you a full-on I told you so based off of this one game, but I told you so. I told you what we can get from Leonard Williams. Don't believe me? Go watch some of my videos throughout the preseason. Go watch. I've been talking about Leonard Williams. All right. I've been talking about what his abilities are and what he can do. And my validation moment was Leonard Williams pressured Ben Roethlisberger, and he threw a terrible ball to nobody. And I was like, that's what I've been talking about. That's what he can do. I don't care about sacks. So I don't hate to tell y'all I told y'all so. I told y'all, listen to pesty analysts, okay? Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. When it's defensive line, I definitely know what I'm talking about. That's my bread and butter.
What'd you like about the way he played, man?
What I like about the way he plays is what I've liked about the way he's always played, okay? Like, he is disruptive. The man is disruptive, okay?
What do you think changed this year? Was it the scheme or something? Because he looked like an actual beast last night. Not a different beast. He just looked like a beast last night.
No, he didn't. He didn't look any different than he's always looked. People just ain't paying attention because he ain't getting sacks. He's looked the same, all right? He really has. This is the way that this man plays. All right. He looked like a beast. He looked like a beast because he was legitimately affecting Ben Roethlisberger, but he always looks like that. He's always right there. If he'd got there a second sooner, he would have made a bigger difference. But like, I've always been talking about how good Leonard Williams is and how good he can be. I'm not surprised.
PTA. He been calling it.
I'm not surprised at the way Leonard Williams played. Y'all are surprised.
I know I am, but I will say this. One person on the defense that I did call for months now, since April, and that I said in my preview is going to have an effect. He didn't have as big an effect as I wanted him to, but he was still noticeable, was Lorenzo Carter. And this man came out and he was ranked as the 10th best edge rusher in the NFL, from week one. That's how good of, pressuring the quarterback Lorenzo Carter was. And I loved it. Fast. And I've been saying that.
Carter was playing fast. I absolutely love how fast Carter was coming out. He was playing fast. He was playing aggressive. He looked real good. Listen, again, I said our defense was going to be fine. I said our secondary.
Oh, yeah. No, I was about to say that too. Yo, shout out to PTA. Before the matchup, like a week before, 2 weeks before, when I had him on the channel, I was like, I expect the offense to come out and be good. PTA was like, nah, I expect the defense to come out and be really good. And that's exactly what happened.
I know a good defense when I see it. And this defense, man, it's going to be good. It's going to be good, okay? Now, that's not to say that teams ain't going to score on us. Teams going to score on us like a mug, y'all. It's going to happen, okay? Because we still got to figure out this secondary. But our front seven, nasty. It's nasty. And I love it.
Here's the thing with the secondary, right? I'm just like, give the secondary some more time. Because Logan Ryan, he's been here for less than a week. He still has to learn the playbook. Same thing with Isaac Yiadom. I don't trust Corey Ballantyne out there, but I want to see what Yiadom can do, the guy we got from the Broncos, when he has more than a week to prepare. Bro, he only had a week to prepare for the game.
He didn't look good in Denver, though. He didn't look that good in Denver. Hey, Dollar Beer, I might be spewing an atrocious amount of actually, no. I thought that said crap. That says cap.
That says cap.
There ain't no cap because everything I'm saying is true. Everything I've been saying is true. All right? You better stop disrespecting me, you sucker, before I pour you out like I'm pouring one out for the homies. He also said I had a punchable face. My face is fantastic, okay? My wife thinks I'm hot.
Sounds like he's jealous.
My mom thinks I'm handsome.
John Sports on that, bro. You know what? Once again, I'm going to say this for literally every player, whether I'm saying they did bad or they did good. It is 1 week. We give it a little bit more and see how they are. 100%. But I do think that Carter is going to have a good year this year. And I've been saying that for a while.
I like Carter. I like what he brings, man. I'm happy with him.
Exactly.
100%. I'm happy with him.
Christopher's already asking, when does McKinney come back? There's not a set date yet. I saw something that said he's out for the entire year. I saw another one that says he's back halfway through the season. Either way, after Ryan has some time to learn a little bit more in the offense, if we put Logan at the free safety after he has some time to learn it, because he's been here for about a week now, I will be confident in that.
Oh, we need McKinney so bad, yo. We need him. Okay, you know what? I want to ask you this, Kush. How you feel about, because I saw Edward Chan say something. How do you feel about Ballantyne out there?
No, I said it when I was talking about Yato. I don't like Ballantyne out there. Yo, Ballantyne was hot garbage out there.
I don't know why they had him on the boundary like that, man. They should not have had him in the boundary.
Ballantyne was getting roasted and toasted all night.
All night long. All night.
And then, I don't know if you saw the play, but on the play where Washington got into the end zone, which, by the way, was terrible tackling by Julian Love, Ballantyne ran into James Bradbury, who was supposed to be covering him, and because he literally ran into James Bradbury, that's what allowed Washington to get open.
Okay, so this is what I think from that Ballantyne, that Julian Love tackle on Washington. I actually think he was trying to strip him because he wasn't going to stop him from getting in the end zone. I think he was trying to strip him.
If he goes for an actual tackle, I think he's stopping him, bro.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because remember, what's his name? Washington just broke one tackle, so he's already stumbling. All you gotta do is go in for the next tackle, and he would be down. If you're going in there and you're not going in to bring him down after he's stumbling, you're going in there and focusing to get the ball out. Of course, he's gonna make it into the end zone.
Yeah, I think that's what I think he was trying to strip him. I think he saw an opportunity to try and strip him. Intel Gadsden. Is that your real last name?
We just gonna refer to him as Intel Computers.
I don't want to crap on your real last name, especially since you've got a what are they called?
I don't know.
Especially since you got a Mason thing in your. I don't want the Illuminati coming at me. No, I'm kidding, Masons. I'm kidding. Please don't send your goons on
the
me,
Freemasons. You mean?
I love the Freemasons. I got a lot of friends who are Freemasons. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. But
Mason, I will say this. I said Mason. Intel. I will say this. Listen, Thomas looked good, and I do agree with PTA. I think that they're gonna look better in the coming weeks. That's what I got to say.
Hey, Intel. The fact of the matter is that I don't think our O-line is bad. I'll say it again. I don't think they're bad. All right. I think Pittsburgh's front seven is real good. Watch Pittsburgh's front seven. Watch these guys just destroy people because that front seven is nasty. They got gangsters all over that front seven. It's scary.
Pittsburgh is gonna get. Last year they got 8-1 games. Because of their defense, they're probably gonna get about 10 games won because of their defense this year.
Yo, real talk. If now they lost another offensive lineman, which sucked for them.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, Intel, you ain't gonna come up in here and disrespect me by telling me that I make excuses. All right, I don't make a single excuse for this team. I am telling you I am telling you what I've seen, And what I know based off of my experience of being a coach, okay, I am not making excuses for this team. So don't ever tell me. I take that personally because I am not a homer and I'm not a hater.
I just want to say Giants Opinion Sports is apparently a Freemason. He says it ain't the Illuminati.
I'm kidding. I know you're not the Illuminati. Listen. I told y'all, man. I got a bunch of friends who are Freemasons, and they're awesome. They're awesome cats, man. And I respect what you guys do, even though I don't really know what you guys do because everything's a secret. That's cool, man. I respect that.
Everything's a secret.
Everything's a secret. All right, cool. Whatever. But I ain't making excuses for this team, man. I'm just telling you what I see from a coach's eye is that did the offensive line look good last night? Hell no. They didn't look good at all, okay? Except for Thomas. Thomas looked great. They didn't look good at all. But we played up against a team that I think last night I said they had an 85% chance of being in playoffs. I think they got a 96% chance of being in the playoffs. This is a playoff team we just played. And we didn't get our heads beat in. We got beat, but we didn't get our heads beat in. That should tell you a lot about this team. We were able to put points up against this team. Like legitimately, not like garbage time points. I know one touchdown was kind of garbage time, but we still wasn't out of the game. All right. We was only
hold up. We gotta talk about that real quick. Listen, and by the way, shout out to Lestat in the chat. I hated the way we did that the last 5 minutes of the game. They did not play with a sense of urgency at all. They wasted 4 minutes off the clock to score once instead of try to get down the field quickly.
I mean, I wasn't super happy with it either, but again, we were still in the game. Stranger things.
No, you're not. I'm sorry. Nah, you 5 minutes left in the game. You spent 4 of those 5 minutes to score once, and you got to score again. You're not in the game.
Listen, I understand. I understand. I didn't like the way they ran that last drive. I thought they should have moved a little bit faster. They didn't. It is what it is. And maybe at that point they were like, I think we might be out of it. But stranger things have happened. Okay, maybe they get that 2-point conversion, and maybe they get an onside kick. I know onside kicks are like impossible to get now, but maybe they do. And we still had 3 timeouts. They saved the timeouts just in case. I can kind of understand what they were doing. That doesn't mean that I like it. I didn't like it.
No, didn't we have like 2 timeouts? No, actually, we had like 2 or 1 timeout at the end.
At the end, yeah. I mean, I thought during that drive we had 3 timeouts.
No, we did not, because in the second half, O'Shane Zimenez wasted a timeout. Because there was a late late substitution on the defensive side. Zimenez called a timeout so we wouldn't get a 12 men on the field.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to take over your channel, capping at the comments, but you bring me here, you bring someone that's here from the smoke.
Who are you capping at now?
Intel says, okay, what happens if we make the playoffs? We're going to have to play teams that hard. No excuses for Dave Gettleman.
Wait, where did the playoffs come? Wait, where did this conversation come from?
Hey, Intel. Let me let you in on a little secret, man. And this isn't a Freemason secret. This is a secret that we all can know. Okay. The Giants ain't making the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, where did this come from? Intel, hold up, bro. Ain't nobody. I don't think anybody in this chat is legitimately arguing that.
This team ain't built like that, bro. This team is not built to go to the playoffs. It's not gonna happen. All right. You Giants fans are gonna give yourselves an ulcer thinking that we can win all these games, man. You're gonna be big bad. And the crazy thing, and I said this in my reaction video. The crazy thing is that it's your fault that you're this mad. It's not.
Yeah, I can't even disagree with you.
It's not.
I can't even disagree with you.
It's not the GM's fault. It's not Daniel Jones' fault. It's not Saquon's fault. It is no one's fault but your own.
PTA, let me just say this, bro.
It's your own fault.
Let me say this, because I had a reaction video and then a recap video today. In my recap video, I was like, listen, we're all out here angry and disappointed for no reason. I was disappointed, but I had no reason to be because I predicted that the Giants would lose. We're angry and disappointed for no reason.
Yeah.
Like legitimately.
I wasn't angry. Listen, last night I was not angry. When that clock hit 4 zeros and the game was over, my wife said to me, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm good." It was a good ass game. I was not angry. I was not disappointed. And there are some people on this platform that would probably say, "Well, you're a fake fan if you're not angry." No, I'm realistic. Okay. If I know my team's not going to win the game, I'm not going to go in there with the expectation of them to win the game. I will hope that they win the game. I will cheer for them to win the game. But when they don't win the game, I'm not going to call everybody bums. Okay. Now, understand this. Okay. If we lose to the Washington football team, then I'm going to be mad.
We're not. Listen, don't even suggest that. There's no way we're losing to the Washington No Names.
Listen, I'm just saying, when we lose to team, and listen, and this is documented. Okay, this is documented. All right, go back to last season and just watch some of my videos from last season and pick a game that you thought we should have won and that you would think that I thought we should have won. I was angry. I was angry in those videos. Excuse me. I don't mean to burp in the mic. The beer's coming out and I'm fired up right now. I was angry at those games, but the games that I didn't think we could win, I was like, hey, I said we couldn't win. What do you want? Why is everybody mad at games that we're not supposed to win? We are not built like that. I've got Giants fans in my Twitter timeline who before the game started was talking about, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. And I'm like, yo, you sound like a Cowboys fan. Like, what are you talking about right now? I'm not kidding.
You sure they weren't joking?
I'm not kidding. Maybe they were. But some of those same fans were mad in the beginning of the fourth quarter. And I'm like, yo, what are you mad about? Yo, if you are mad that this team lost, it's your fault for thinking that we can win a losable game.
If we lose to the football team, I low-key agree with the stat.
I do not advocate for suicide, okay? If you are feeling suicidal, please call the suicide hotline, okay? Please talk to a friend.
You know what's crazy? I had a subscriber that was, and I had to post the link to that in the chat once.
Please. I'm not calling you delusional, Intel. I don't know if wait. So
no, they've been going back and forth in the chat.
Okay, listen, y'all. You gotta wake up, man. All right. I've got a guy from, and I'll name names here because I don't care. I got a guy from Bleed Big Blue. I always stumbled at whose Twitter handle is the trifecta James, right? Who always when I go back and forth with him on Twitter calls me delusional. I am the least delusional fan, but there are some delusional fans out there, man. And y'all, those are the fans that are super ass mad that a team that's not ready to win ain't winning. This team ain't ready to win, y'all. I'm sorry. I know you mad at Dave Gettleman. I know you mad at John Mara. I know you mad at Steve Tisch. I know you mad at them, okay? And you should be a little bit mad, all right? But when we don't win games on Sundays against teams that are way, way better than us, and you mad, that's your fault.
After seeing the way, we know Pittsburgh was going to be a playoff team this year, but after seeing the way that defense was, they might be even a Super Bowl team this year.
Yo, that Pittsburgh team is a contender, man.
If their offensive line could just hold together for a couple of games, they're definitely a contender.
Let's stop acting like this. The team that we played last night is not
it's like the Browns or something.
The Vegas odds changed last night on the Steelers and whether or not they
wait, hold up. What was it and what did it go to?
Oh, I don't know. I'm capping right now. I'm just talking smack. But I bet you that they did. I bet you that those odds changed. I don't know, man. I don't gamble on sports. I play poker and craps. I don't gamble on sports. I don't believe in it. But the fact of the matter is that the Steelers team was really, really good. So for people to be mad, flipping out, I'm laughing at you, yo. And you can call me a jerk if you want to, yo. I'm just a real dude, man. I'm just a real dude who keeps it all the way 100, right? And I'm laughing.
Tyrone in the chat trolling a little bit. He says Saquon best running back in the league? ? You see his profile picture? I'm not clicking on that.
Is that? Hey yo, is that Viz? Because Viz got a weird ass profile picture like that too, man. It's gross. And I will not reply to any of his comments until he changes his profile. What is y'all some weird ass people on this internet, man. Y'all are weird, man. Like you would not catch me dead with you. Did you lose a bet, Tyrone? Is that what happened? I think you lost a bet and you had to put because
we know that's not you, bro. That's not you.
You put you put you put
Oh no, he said no. Who is our best? Of Saquon is our best running back. No question. No question. Stop the Saquon slander. All right. If you're gonna slander him on some, it's gonna be his pass protection because it's atrocious. But everything
yes,
else is good.
his pass protection is bad. Wait a minute. Okay, just do me a solid. I got to see this profile pic.
No,
Come on, man. Just
no, I'm sorry.
let's see it.
Why?
I just want is that guy? That guy's got a gut. McCaffrey is listen. Right now, McCaffrey is the best running back in the league. Right now, yeah, I'll give it to McCaffrey because he can do it all. He can do it all. And right now, he's doing it all.
Sack Cream says that it is him. I can verify. Talking about Tyrone and Viz.
Oh,
Yo, Edward says that they're still arguing with Kenny on Discord.
Man, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it with Kenny the Mochaccino.
Oh man. There was something that popped into my mind. All right, let's talk week 1 general NFL football, bro. Which upset victory surprised you the most? Was it Washington
Jaguars.
beating the Eagles or was
Jaguars.
it Cardinals? Oh,
Jaguars.
So Cardinals beating the 49ers didn't surprise you?
I mean, like no, Sajid, I'm not going in there. I want no parts of that. No, man, the Cardinals beating the 49ers wasn't like super surprising. I guess it was a little surprising, but
it was surprising because their defense held that run game down.
Yeah, let's not pretend that the Cardinals aren't they're a decent team. I'm not gonna say they're good. They're a decent team that can pull one over on the 49ers. Excuse me.
Not Jaguars and Colts.
No,
what were you gonna say?
No, the Jaguars beating the Colts. I was like, huh? And then when I saw the stat line, I was like, what? And then when I saw the highlights, I was like, oh no. I did not. There was no way that you would have been able to convince me that the Jags was going to beat the Colts. There was no way. No way.
And once again, I just want to say what I said earlier. Gardner Minshew is literally what everybody wanted. His name slipped my mind. Baker Mayfield to be.
Baker Mayfield? Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's 100%.
This man Gardner, and listen, bro. He's a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL at this point, man. He's better. Does the question come up that he is actually better than Baker now? Is that a legitimate question now?
No, I mean, no. I don't even want to have that conversation. I don't know, man. It's just,
bro. One of Baker's first pass of the season was a pick 6, no less.
I want to hate Baker Mayfield so bad.
Bro, I want to too, because he clowned the Giants.
I would hate him so bad, but I kind of feel sorry for him, man. I don't know what happened to Baker Mayfield. I think going to the Cleveland Browns is what happened, because if the Cleveland Browns,
you want to talk about going to the Cleveland Browns? What happened?
Relevant.
Odell wants a trade, bro. If you want to talk about going to Cleveland,
no, listen. The Cleveland Browns apparently can make anyone irrelevant. They just find a way to make you irrelevant.
Odell legitimately, Gettleman really sent him there to die, bro. I ain't never seen Odell be the same or even dance once he was in Cleveland, bro.
Nah, man. Listen, it's Cleveland, man. You can't. No one can prosper in Cleveland. Okay. No one.
Except for LeBron.
And LeBron's the GOAT, okay? Like LeBron's the GOAT after Jordan. Let's not even, there's no debate there.
Yes, there is. LeBron is the GOAT, Jordan is second, but we'll continue. All
right, y'all, man. It's been fun. I appreciate y'all having me on here tonight. This is a great time. Kenny the Mochaccino, you keep doing what you do. Intel, I don't know if you're delusional or not. Sweaty Sack Cream, the question that you asked before the last question that you asked was dumb as hell. We're not going to talk about that dumbass stuff.
I just want to say the chat is killing me right now.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, I just want to say the chat is absolutely murdering me right now.
You're out of your mind if you think LeBron's better than Jordan. We're not even. LeBron's good as hell, man. LeBron is still he is the GOAT, but he's the GOAT after Jordan, man. He's the GOAT after Jordan.
Listen, LeBron is the GOAT. We can
Kush,
have this debate on maybe on
Kush,
your channel.
Kush.
Yeah.
How many times you see Jordan play?
I listen. I'm not old enough to see Jordan play.
Well, then shut up. Hey, Kush.
Okay, that's an irrelevant
Shut up!
argument. Nah, that's an irrelevant argument.
Hold on a second.
That's you know why that's an irrelevant
Go
argument?
ahead, yeah, tell me why.
Because then I can't say that Peyton Manning's the GOAT, or I can't say that Tom Brady's the GOAT, because I've only seen them play for part of their careers. I can't say that Jerry Rice is the GOAT because I never saw him play. That's an irrelevant argument. That's all I'm saying. Wait, I can't. Like, can you put it more into the camera? Hold up. Oh, nice. That's not even my @ but okay.
That is.
Oh, it is? Okay, my bad. I misread.
That's
All right.
your
Let's get back to football, okay? Listen, I'm down to have this debate on your channel at one point. But
I mean, I'm not a basketball guy, but I'm not a basketball guy now, but I was a basketball guy back in the day, and Jordan was amazing. Okay, LeBron is amazing too, but I'm not going to give LeBron it over Jordan. I'm just not going to do it.
I won't agree with that, Sweaty Cream. They are not, bro. They're not. They're better than you think.
First of all, your username is Cheeks. Like everything.
Your username is Neighbors with Cheeks.
Your username is the New Day Bootio cereal. Okay, your username is terrible. Hey man, hey Kush, Kush.
Yeah.
You know I rock with you, right?
Yeah.
You know you're my brother. We've created this new YouTube circle between myself, you, Kid Blue, One John Rebuttal, and we're getting ready to go far together, okay?
Well, what are you about to say after this?
You got some weird ass mofos in your.
If you're talking about Tyrone, I've never seen him in the chat before tonight.
You got some weird ass mofos in your circle.
I'm gonna keep it real. I've never seen Tyrone in the chat before tonight.
No, man, some of your guys are just weird. I love y'all, man. You guys keep it interesting, but man, listen. I can't let nobody know that y'all my friends. Like Kush, I tell people that Kush is my friend, but all you mofos in the chat, we just gonna keep that a secret. I can't let nobody know I'm friends with none of y'all. Yo,
oh my God, y'all got this man PTA questioning life decisions to be on here right now.
Y'all weird as hell. Oh man. Oh my God.
What were we even? Oh yeah, we were talking about week 1 upsets. I brought up the is the Minshew Baker argument a thing now? Did you get to finish your answer to that? Is the Minshew Baker argument a thing now? You were saying you want to hate Baker so much. I was like, yeah, I do too.
But I said he's in Cleveland and Cleveland.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Odell in the trade. Let's talk about that because Odell. 2 things came out today. Odell wants to trade, which is not a surprise. I'm be honest. I was one of those dudes that said he probably is not going to do well in Cleveland. And then Allen Robinson came out of the Bears, and he wants out there too. What you think about these 2 wide receivers?
In terms of Odell Beckham Jr., nothing. I don't think nothing.
Do you think he's washed, or you think whatever team he goes to, he's going to bounce back and it was just Cleveland?
I think Odell is still very talented. I just think that he's in a bad spot, and maybe he goes somewhere else and does well. I wish nothing but the best for Odell. His situation is real shitty. See what I did there?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I mean, he loves it if that's the case.
his situation his situation is real bad, and I hope he goes somewhere and he does well. Right now, it ain't looking too good for that man. I don't know what the deal is with him. I think nothing. Allen Robinson is interesting
because this man has never had a good quarterback in his life. He's had Blake Bortles, and then he's had Mitch Trubisky.
Robinson is an interesting one, man. I don't know what his value is though. Like
What would
he's
you
not.
rank him as? Like I said, look at the quarterbacks he's had, and he's still put up like top 10 receiver numbers with
I
those
mean,
quarterbacks.
so he puts up good numbers, but what's the trade package look like, man? Because that's I don't like giving up draft capital. And isn't he on like a 1 year deal? Doesn't he need to be re-signed too?
Yeah, his contract is gonna end after this year. Yeah, he'll need
Yeah,
to be resigned.
His contract's about to end. I mean, like, do you really want to? We jumped out the window about the Leonard Williams trade, right? Giving up draft capital for a guy that we may be able to get in free agency. But I see people on Twitter talking about possibly.
Oh yeah, okay, hold up. Sweaty Sack Cream said Mitch is nasty. Chill, his team isn't that good. I know you're trolling. I know you're trolling.
Man, you got some mods in here, because
I got mods in here. I do have mods in here.
Hey,
If we go to the YouTube chat, it's like blue.
Somebody send this guy on a lap, man. He been talking crazy since he came up in here, man. Like straight up. I'm not even no cap. Somebody send this dude on a lap, man. Like who is this guy?
Take a lap, bro. Mr. Trubisky is not nasty.
Hey, Sweaty. Blech. Don't do me a favor, man. I want everybody.
Ryan Switzer is nasty.
I want everybody. I want everybody to come and subscribe to my channel and come holler at me on my live stream. I'm gonna need a lot of help tomorrow, man, because I'm gonna have Fallen One the King on my live stream because
What time is it? What time is it?
Oh, you rock the same time that I rock.
No, tomorrow actually. I was gonna make the announcement during the day, but LPG is gonna be on my channel for the third time now for Young Guns, so it's gonna be at 7:00. So we usually go live at 9, I think. So we're gonna be earlier tomorrow.
You got LPG?
I've gotten LPG on my channel 2 times before. This is gonna be his third time on.
Can you get LPG to come to my channel, please? I need him to come to my channel. Damn it!
All you gotta do is ask.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I know because Tanner said that. I'm gonna ask him. But yeah, we're going at 8:45 normal time. So I'm gonna have Fallen in my channel.
So actually, we're going live at 7 tomorrow. We should be done by 8:45. Actually.
Okay, cool. I need you to raid my stream then, because I'm going to need all the Giants help that I can get. Okay, because this is because Fallen's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. We talked big smack when he came on my channel for the first time, and we said that he was going to be on my channel tomorrow after the game, and somebody was going to be doing a lot of smack talk, and I'm gonna need some support because he's going to be in there talking all the smack. So I need everybody in there. But here's where I was going with that. Mm-hmm. I want everybody that's here in there on my channel, and I want everyone that's here to go to my channel and subscribe, except for Sweaty. I'll even take Dollar Beer over Sweaty.
Is Dollar Beer still in here?
I don't know if he's in here, but he'll see it on replay and he'll be like, "Oh snap! He likes somebody more than me. He likes me more than somebody. I even take Dollar Beer, but Sweaty, don't you bring your ass to my channel. Don't you even show up to my channel."
Hey, listen. He just redeemed himself, bro. He says Eli was the best QB ever.
You can't redeem yourself because you came in here capping, and now you're trying to suck up because this is a Giants page. You don't bring your ass over to my channel, Sweaty. I want nothing to do with you because you make me feel dirty.
2011 play. I just want to say 2011 playoff Eli could outplay anybody.
2011, yeah, he was a monster that year. He was a monster that year.
Mm-hmm.
Monster that year.
Joseph Clark says, "Okay, what were you gonna say?"
I was going to say Allen Robinson. I don't know. It's interesting, and it'd be nice to have him, but I don't know if I don't know what the package needs to be, and I don't know if we want to give up that much draft capital.
Yo, who is this? Who is this?
Where? What?
Who is this? And who were you before this was your name? Oh, this is Sweaty. I was like, who is this? Yo, thank you for tuning in, bros. You got this one, PTA.
I'm out. This is some weirdos in this.
Yo, bro. Who? Why? Why?
I'm just glad I don't need that.
Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? I didn't even know it was that easy to change your name on YouTube, yo. I didn't know it was that easy to change your name on YouTube. He went from being the neighbor to being the guy living next to the neighbor. Anyway, oh my god, I'm not even reading the next one after that. Do you see what the next one is after that?
Jesus Christ almighty. Yo, man, where's
yo, this has me dying, bro.
you about to lose monetization up in here, man.
Yo, don't play with monetization now. Yo, Sweaty, change the name back to Sweaty, bro. Don't play with my monetization, Chief. I work hard for that. He said, gotta eat, man. I don't necessarily disagree, but change your name back if it's gonna mess with my monetization.
It's not gonna mess with your monetization. You know, I mean, I don't know if you can put that. I don't know if you can click on any of his comments ever again in life, but
Jaden Dawkins says, I'm going home.
I'm calling the cops, man. I'm calling the police, man.
Yes, police. What's your complaint?
Yo, man. What is happening? What? Oh my God!
Yo, did he get a profile pic or is that somebody else? PTA is gone, bro. PTA is gone. Yo, somebody needs to let me. Did he get a profile pic or is that somebody else? All right, because that profile pic kind of looks like Benjamin Wynn's profile pic. So, yo, Benjamin, is that you? Or is that Sweaty and did he get a profile pic? That's his alt account. PTA, you're not going to believe this, bro. PTA,
Yeah.
you're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
That is Sweaty on his alt account. So he's in here with 2 accounts right now. Chill, bro. Yo, Entertainer turns back in at the perfect time. Taylor, just look at the names, bro. Just look at the names.
Yo, oh my God, man.
Just look at the names. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God.
Hey, Kush, man. This
live stream went from football to somewhere else, bro.
This friendship that we built, right? It's been a lot of fun, man. But
no, come on. Yo. They my viewers. They're not me.
Yo, where's the mods at? Yo, where's the mods? Get this out of here, yo. Get this out of here. Don't out of here, yo.
Don't report them. Just make them change their names.
Hey, yo, Chris. Hey, Chris, are you a mod in this channel? Get these people out of here, yo.
Yo, we're good, bro. Sajid called the police, bro. We're good.
Get these people out of here, yo. Y'all can't be here, yo. Y'all can't be
here.
His
most recent name is the funniest one, bro.
Yo, y'all can't be here. Get these guys out of here, man. Push, please make me a mod. Make me a mod right now.
Are you not a mod? Just go in and check.
I don't think so. Hold on, man.
Just comment and check.
Hold on, man. Let me get in here. This is Inception. I'm gonna keep the volume going.
Oh, yo, Edward Chan just timed them out for 300 seconds, bro. Oh my God.
I'm not a mod. I am not a mod, man. You've got to make me a mod.
There you are. You're a mod now.
Joseph Clark, what are you doing? Get these
Wait. He just got his rent, so he's not sure how to use his powers.
It's going off the rails. This is Inception. This is Inception.
Oh my God. I can't believe Taylor's still in here, bro. He pulled up at the wrong time and is still in here.
I can't believe Taylor's still in here, bro.
All right.
Chris, you're a mod. Chris, get these people out of here, Chris.
Look at Harrison Jolly just pulled up.
Are you a mod, Harrison Jolly? Get these people out of here, man. Get them all out of here.
Yo, chill. Do not ban them or anything. You know what I'm saying? He's a good supporter. He's a good. Yo, his last one, bro.
Yo, this whole thing is going off the. Hey, Kush, I take full responsibility for this. This is all my fault.
This has never happened with me by myself, bro.
This is all my fault. All right. I understand if you'll never bring me on
yo, PTA, my sides are hurting, bro.
This is all my fault, man. This is
my sides are hurting.
Yo,
oh Jesus.
Control of this live stream. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for all of us, okay? This is it.
You know what? That's probably the best one because
that one's okay.
Yeah, that one's okay actually. You could keep that one.
That one's cool.
You could keep that one.
We've lost control of this entire stream. I'm spilling beer. It's just bad.
Wait, what you got there, bro? What is that?
This ridiculous off the rails ass live stream has been brought to you by Yingling.
I wish it was. They'd probably pay me something.
Oh my god. This is
all right. Listen, let's listen. That was fun. I won't lie. It killed it. My left side is literally cramping up because of how much I was laughing. But we were talking week 1 or something. What were we talking?
Listen. I don't even know anymore. Okay, my hat's down real low.
You better. We need to see your eyes, bro. We need to see the pain in your eyes.
No, it's a wrap. This is where I'm at right now for the rest of the stream. Okay, my hat's gonna just be down real low.
Wait, I didn't give Kenny a mod. Hold up, I didn't give you. You're joking. What? I did not give Kenny a mod.
Who gave Kenny a mod? If Kenny's a mod, man.
No, I didn't give Kenny a mod. I was about to say.
Hey, Chris, man, you gotta YouTube
guys. Listen, I will say this, yo. I will say this. We were just we were chilling with Sweaty, bro. No need to ban him or anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too crazy with it.
He's cool, but hey, YouTube Yoda, man, you gotta help, man. you gotta help, YouTube Yoda. You've got to help us.
Harrison, that just changed, but that's the last mod I'm giving out for tonight. I gave out like 3 mods tonight. That's it. All right, so yeah, PTA. So the Jaguars, man, they got rid of their best players and they won against the Colts, bro. PTA, you there, my guy? PTA, stay with us, man. The Jaguars, bro.
The Jaguars, they beat the Colts. They beat them bad, man. Phillip Rivers looks like trash bag garbage.
Shout out to Sabrina in the chat just tuning in. How you doing? Listen, Big Blue for Life says Giants 34, Bears 20, trying to get us back on track here. We need to get that run game going if we're going to score 34 points, Big Blue for Life.
I don't know how we're going to put up 34.
I think we have a chance to win, but yeah, 34 is a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how. Oh, my God.
Yeah. What happened?
Man, oh, my God. That was a ridiculous 15 to 20. That was probably the most ridiculous thing.
I loved it, though. That was so fun.
Jeez, man. And people are gonna, you know what, man? I hope that goes viral, man. I really
wish.
I hope that goes viral for you, man. I hope that's the catalyst for your channel blowing all the way up, man. Because that was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that you're like, that's never happened. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that has. So
not on mine, bro. What happened?
Okay. Here's the thing, right? Sabrina, do you know who Sabrina is? Is Sabrina a real person, or is her name going to change into something crazy in like 5 seconds?
No, I know Sabrina. She tunes into the live streams every now and then.
Okay. Hi, Sabrina. I can't trust anybody in your chat. I can't trust anybody.
This man sees somebody with a profile picture. He's like, hold up.
Is that a real person? Because I don't know if that's a real person. I don't know. Is this real life? Are any of us real at this point? I don't know if
bro, it's the Matrix.
I just saw that. Yo,
what? You saw the Doritos one? You just saw that one?
I just saw it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I can't even focus anymore, man, because I can't. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go.
Just look into the camera, bro.
I just turned it off. I had to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even deal with it anymore. I can't even. All right. I don't know how the Giants are going to put up 34 points. I think if we lowered that score a little bit and maybe
Wait, PT, are you real? No cap. Are you real?
Am I real?
Yeah.
Nah, man. I'm a hologram.
Oh, take off your cap.
Nah, I can't take off my cap because it's all cap.
It's all cap. All right, continue.
Oh man, what was I even saying?
You don't see how we're putting up 34 points on the Bears.
Yeah, if we lowered that score and it was like
24-20,
17, maybe. Oh man, excuse me, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That was rude. My bad. I'm just trying to get myself back together, man.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like cramped all up the side of
my left side just completely gave out. But man. Somebody was saying that Phillip Rivers is garbage. What did you expect? Low key, why is Phillip Rivers why is he not retired right now?
You know what? Okay, I can sink my teeth into this because I don't know why Phillip Rivers thought that, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go to a whole nother team or a whole new system and I'm gonna be great. Mm-hmm. Because he didn't look good at all, man. And it sucks, right? Because I actually really like the Colts, man.
The Colts since 2018 have been one quarterback away from being a contender every year.
Listen, man, I'm a guy that actually kind of follows the Colts a little bit because of Peyton Manning. Because for a long time, Peyton Manning was one of my favorite quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. He was one of my favorite current quarterbacks at the time. So I followed him. Like I have a Peyton Manning jersey and the whole 9 yards because I really, really like Peyton Manning. But like, it really sucks, man, because like when Andrew Luck retired out of nowhere, I was like, oh man, that's it.
Mods, you got this one. That's all I'm gonna say. Continue, Mods, you got this one.
So like when that happened, man, I was just like, man, that really sucks for the Colts, man, because Andrew Luck was such a good quarterback, and for him to just retire out of nowhere, like it was really crappy. And then like Jacoby Brissett, I was really hoping that Jacoby Brissett would just kind of come out of nowhere and be a monster because I've always liked Jacoby Brissett. Like I liked Jacoby Brissett when he was on the Patriots. So like I was like, all right, well maybe Jacoby Brissett got a chance, and now we got to deal with Phillip Rivers. And I'll be honest with you, man, I never thought Phillip Rivers had the juice. In fact, we gotta be thankful, right, that we made that trade and we got Eli as opposed to having Phillip Rivers, because I'm not.
Every time I look at this man, Phillip Rivers, I say that, bro.
I'm not sure we'd have 2 Super Bowls if it was Rivers, because honestly, Rivers.
No way, bro. They had the best team in the league in 2009, and from a stretch of like 2006 to 2009, it probably was one of the best teams in the league. Couldn't do anything with it. And the Chargers have always been a great team, but they either always choked, which is on Rivers, or it was injuries.
Yeah, I could never quite understand what was up with Rivers, what was the deal with him, because it was just every year, man. Every year when they had this really good ass team, they would just choke, man. They would just choke, like for no reason, just choke. And when Rivers decided he was going to go to the Colts, I was like, that's not going to work. Mm-hmm. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, man. So I was still shocked, though. I was still shocked that the Jags beat him. But like, yo, I think that's a taste of things to come with this Colts team. Like, I think they're going to suck. I think they're going to suck.
So you think it's more so this is what you're going to see from the Colts rather than this is what you're going to see from the Jaguars? Minshew pulling out a couple games in the year.
I'm not buying into no Jaguars. No, not buying into them at all. Not even a little bit. Nah.
So are you buying into maybe the Jaguars? Because let's be real, I think Minshew has earned his spot as the Jaguars starting QB, but do you think they're still going to probably try and take Trevor?
That's a tough decision, man, because when you're...
This man went and created a whole new account. I just want to say that.
I listen. I wish I knew how to make all these accounts, because I'd have several. I'd create a bunch of accounts, right, and then I'd subscribe to my channel, so I have a ton more subscribers, and I just keep watching my videos so I can get those watch hours and become monetized, and then I can't curse anymore. Maybe I don't need to be monetized. So I this guy, man, whoever this guy is, I want to punch him in the face. Punch him in the face. So I just want to beat him unmercifully.
I am those last two. If I had less self control, I would have busted out.
I just want to the words can't even come out of my mouth without sounding weird, and I don't want to say the words that are going to come out of my mouth with the names that this person is coming up with. but here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. If these are all like new accounts, right, it actually really helps you because it's getting your view counts all the way up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like this person is actually helping you immensely. Like this person is helping you so much. So we should be thankful for this person, to be completely honest.
It ain't really that funny anymore, Sweaty. Come on now, bro.
Oh man, man, this is the best thing I've ever been a part of in my life, man. This is the best thing I've ever done. This tops everything in my life, man. This is the best thing I've ever done, man. I wish, you know what? I wish that like we had like BBS in here and maybe like OGR, and I wish we could have got Chris in here. We could have had a blast off of it. We could have had so much fun off.
I mean, yo, if Tana is still free, I'll send him
Tana,
the
you
link
in
right
here,
now.
man? Are you still in here, Tana, or did all these weird people?
Huh?
Oh my god! That was funny. That was funny. That was funny.
I'm getting just a little heated.
The Schmeat. The Schmeat.
Oh man.
Yo, hey, Chris, man, are you busy? Come in here, man. We need an adult. We need an adult. We need an adult.
I just sent Chris the link if he wants to hop in.
we need an adult.
This is this is Joseph's first timer. He said he's never gonna forget the first time joining my stream.
Yo, he said Schmeat.
I agree. Come on, let's get back to it, bro. Let's get back to it. Come on, bro. Compose yourself.
Oh man.
Compose yourself.
I'm trying, man. Oh, hey, Chris is coming in. That's what's up, man.
Compose yourself. All right.
Hey, how much long we going?
I'll probably go until like 10, 20-ish.
You have to push that back because Chris is coming in like 5 minutes.
So, bro, the latest I could do is probably 10:30.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay.
Colts, Jaguars, we were talking about that. I was like, why? And then Minshew, Trevor. And if Minshew is, gonna be out of Jacksonville, do you think he earned his spot somewhere else? And where would that spot be?
Yeah. So that's okay. That's where we were. It's going to depend, right? It's going to legitimately depend on if and I'm just gonna go away from that. It's going to legitimately depend on how well he plays. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If Minshew plays well this year, which Minshew's not a bad quarterback, right? I don't personally think that he's a starter level quarterback. I just don't. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think Minshew is a guy who could be a reliable backup that people clamor for. You know what I'm saying? Like if you've got a quarterback that doesn't have the hot hand, people would be yelling for Minshew because he's polarizing. He's a polarizing dude.
Mm-hmm.
But if he does not play well, then and the Jaguars tank like we thought they were going to, then they grab Trevor Lawrence. You have to. You have to.
Do they have to though? I mean, let's keep it real.
You
He had a
have to.
good rookie season. What if he has a good second year? How good does he have to be to the point that they don't take Trevor Lawrence? And yeah, I'm pretty sure you could pull up on your phone, Tana.
If he has a good second year, but the Jaguars are still picking high enough to get Trevor Lawrence, then he didn't have a good enough second year. Unless for some crazy reason,
I mean, cut him some
Trevor
slack. Who do they
Trevor
have
Lawrence
on their team?
falls.
What?
I mean, unless Trevor Lawrence falls and they are not high enough to get. Listen, well, then what do you do? You keep Minshew?
All right. If he's gone from Jacksonville, did he earn himself a spot somewhere else?
Oh man, it's so hard to say, man, because like
You tell me he didn't earn a spot with the Bears?
Okay, Minshew's better than Mitch Trubisky, yeah.
Okay.
Because I think Trubisky's ass. I think he's bad. I really do. So yeah, okay, all right, sure. Maybe he goes to the Bears, or maybe he goes to maybe he goes to Pittsburgh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out.
Pittsburgh. Okay.
Hear me out. Maybe he goes to Pittsburgh and sits behind Ben Roethlisberger, because you know if Ben Roethlisberger makes it through this year and he's feeling good and he's feeling healthy, he'll be back next year. He's probably not going to retire. So you bring Minshew into Pittsburgh and you have Minshew sit behind Ben Roethlisberger for a year because Roethlisberger's going to retire, and now you got Minshew who's been there, learning the system, learning the playbook, learning everything.
Yo.
Hey.
What's going on, guys? I don't got the chat in front of me, but you know what? Let me pull up the chat here.
We needed an adult, man. We needed an adult YouTube Yoda.
I saw that you're starting to get your trolls hub. That means you're starting to grow a little bit.
Listen, man, man. I was saying that it's a good thing, right? Because that person is giving him another view count.
Listen, man, as you get bigger on YouTube, you're going to get more and more haters. So get used to that, because you're going to keep growing, my man.
That's what it is, man. The thing is, though, I don't even know if this man was a hater. Like, he was like one of those trolls, I think, that was just having fun, if that makes any sense.
Maybe. I mean, I just popped in. I just saw a bunch of ridiculous names.
Oh, yeah. They
the
were
Schmeat name and the whatever else.
There was a good, like, 15 different accounts, bro.
There was so many. This person has. How do you get that many accounts? Because don't you have to have an email associated to every one of your YouTube accounts? How many email accounts do you have?
This man has bots.
Yeah, how do you get that many? I thought you're only allowed to have 4 or 5.
Listen, I don't know. Oh, snap. BBS is in the house.
What's going on?
Shout out to Kid Blue.
You missed it all, BBS. You missed.
Yeah, it's probably online Big Blue. You're probably right, Edward. That's trolling. But anyway, you guys. I don't know if I saw your initial. I don't know if you made a recap. I don't know. Did you?
So my breakdown will probably come out in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, I saw your 5-minute video tonight. The initial reaction.
Well, actually, no. It may come out. It may come out at stupid o'clock, but people will watch it in the morning.
KB.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of what did you guys think of the whole the game and everything? Give me your thoughts.
You want to go first? PTA, by the way, KB, check your Twitter DMs.
Okay. So I walked away from this game feeling really good. I walked away from this game thinking that we got something to build off of. Like, it really feels like we have a foundation based off of this game. I walked into this game thinking we were going to lose from the get-go. So I felt real good. But I am off of the Evan Ingram train. Like, I'm all the way off the Evan.
Oh, yeah. We had a whole 20-minute, like, debate about this, Chris. whether or not are you giving up on Evan Ingram? Is this guy done? Why do we still have faith in him? What do you think about that?
Yeah, listen, I was outspoken for Ingram this year. I tried to stick up for him because I know he's got talent. But the guy just hasn't produced since he's been here, whether it's due to injuries, whether it's due to drop balls, poor blocking. We all know that the guy can't block to save his life. So yeah, I mean, last night was incredibly discouraging. And I'll tell you what, I'm ready to move on at this point. I mean, Caden Smith, to me, much better blocker, does the good he does a good enough job catching the football. Of course, they're not going to move on. They're going to give Ingram another opportunity for sure, but he had a horrible game. Definitely one of the most disappointing guys in that game. I thought the defense played pretty well. They had that one really bad drive at the end of the first half when they allowed him to score a touchdown with like a minute left. They drove the field. But outside of that, I was actually pretty impressed with the defense, being that the offense really didn't sustain any drives throughout the entire game. I thought they got a good pass rush up the middle. Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence were phenomenal. And yeah, Lorenzo Carter was pretty good too. I thought he got some pressure. Obviously, the secondary got cooked a little bit, but you kind of expected that with Ballantyne as your second corner. But overall, I thought the defense had a pretty good effort, all things considered. We couldn't run the football. I mean, 6 yards on 15 carries ain't going to get it done for Saquon Barkley. I thought Jones had a really good game. I said it today. My initial reaction watching the game, when you're watching the game, you're a fan and you get into it and you see him throw the pick. But at the end of the day, when you factor in the defense we were going up against, and some people call this excuses, it ain't excuses. It's just being a realistic fan. You're going up against the best defense in football, the most sacks last year, the most creative turnovers. And I thought Daniel Jones played a hell of a ball game, all things considered, being that we couldn't move the football on the ground. He goes out there, throws for almost 300 yards. They only surrendered 300 yards once all year last year once they got Minkah Fitzpatrick. I was very impressed with Jones. Matter of fact, I went as far to say in my video today that you could probably make an argument that it was his best game since he was a pro. When you factor
you did say that, and I would agree. This dude, you know why? The one reason I would agree, he carried the team on his own. Yeah. The only reason the Giants were in this game was because Daniel Jones was carrying. Now, definitely part of that goes to defense, which you were saying. The defense was impressive, specifically the defensive line and the pressure the defensive line got on Big Ben before they got gassed out in the fourth quarter. DJ was keeping us afloat. Without this dude,
if you
we
just
would have
look
been
at
dead.
statistics, guys, if you just look at statistics, you're going to say, well, he threw 5 touchdowns against the Skins. Who the hell do the Skins have on defense? And he threw 4 touchdowns against the Jets. Who the hell do the Jets have on defense? And, in this game, they couldn't sustain any kind of pass rush. The offensive line couldn't block to save their lives. He was under constant duress. The guy was throwing bullets off his back foot. Yeah, he made a really costly mistake at the end of that 18-play drive. But outside of that, all things considered, he played damn near flawless in this football game.
See, and I was getting ready to bring that up because I was going to say we saw if we take the last play off of that drive, we saw peak Daniel Jones. Okay, if I can get, and I said this before, if I can get the Daniel Jones on that 17, 18, 19 play drive consistently without the interception at the end, but if I can get that Daniel Jones, then we got something here. Because I was super impressed with that drive. Like, that drive is probably the drive that we are going to be talking about 3, 4, 5 years from now. We're going to be like, when we knew, like when we really, really knew, was that drive week 1. Because he did everything on that drive. Ran, avoided pressure.
I'm going to say it again, bro. On that drive alone, 4 of 5 for third down conversions. The Giants before that were 1 of 6. And the one third down conversion he didn't get became a 4th down conversion.
Right. Yeah. He made one bad decision. He made one bad decision, and you can't make that decision. And he has to learn not to do that. But you know what? I think there's a lot of fans that are going into this, and I don't blame them, because when I watch the games, I get into that mode too. I'll be the first to say it. I'm a fan at heart. I think there's a lot of fans that are going into these games with unrealistic expectations. I mean, if you look at these two teams on paper, they're not close. You've got one of the best coaches in the history of football going up against a guy who's never coached a game in his life. The Steelers had a month to prepare. They, in my opinion, have the best defense in football. When you look at all the statistics, first in sacks, first in created turnovers, 5th in yards against, 5th in points against, with a horrible offense to support them last year. They were still able to accomplish that. They couldn't win the time possession because they didn't have a quarterback. The Steelers' defense is ridiculous. And for Jones to go out there and play the way that he did, the throw to Slayton was insane. The play-action pass rate for 41 yards on the post pattern.
That was a bullet.
And I'll tell
Literally,
you what, man,
as Slayton was gonna make his turn, the ball was out and already towards that place, man.
it was ridiculous. His anticipation skills in that specifically on that long drive was ridiculous. Some of the throws he made, and Darius Slayton, man, I'm gonna tell you what, that guy's legit. Darius Slayton fits this scheme perfectly. At least 1,100 yards this year. He is gonna ball this year for the New York Giants.
Y'all want to hear a hot take from PTA Sports?
Another hot take?
Yeah, hear a hot take.
Okay.
Kyle Pizzle was right.
Kyle Pizzle was right about Slayton, no doubt about it.
Kyle Pizzle was right. Kyle Pizzle's been the only person that's been yelling about Darius Slayton.
OGR's been yelling. OGR's been yelling about Slayton since last year.
OGR is another one who's been yelling about it. Like, all of us have been saying that, like, he's good. Yeah, he's good. We like him. Is he really a number one? But, like, Darius Slayton is a monster. He's a monster out there. And my ears are perking up now when I'm thinking about Darius Slayton. The kid's amazing. I almost cursed again. The kid's amazing. He is.
I saw somebody tweeted this out on Twitter. I'm not sure if it was you, Chris, or it was some other person. They were like, Slayton in the past 10 games. Oh no, not in the past 10 games. Slayton since week 5 of last year leads the NFL in touchdowns amongst all wide receivers.
Yeah, I saw. I didn't tweet it. I think somebody added me on it, and yeah, I saw that stat, and that's crazy. And I remember. I was looking over the statistics when I actually did a video 6 months ago where I said that I think Slayton's going to have a Pro Bowl type season this year. And in that video, I remember looking over the statistics, and Slayton I think he had 8 touchdowns last year, right? But there were only 2 receivers in all of football last year that had double-digit touchdowns. And when I saw it, I was like, what? So it kind of makes sense that he has the most touchdowns since week 5 last year. So let me tell you something, man. The chemistry that he has with Daniel Jones, it's there. And you don't want to mess with that chemistry. Darius Slayton is a really good wide receiver.
Shout
KB
out
in
to
the house.
KB in the house.
BBS is in the house. Okay, so I know, Kush, you said that you only had a little bit more time. If Kaner and Kid Blue, if you guys want to continue, man, we can move this over to my channel and we can talk a little bit more because at this point we only got like another 14 minutes or so, but that's on you guys. I'll keep the conversation going if y'all want to, and everybody.
You want to go live in your channel? I'll hop over there. I'll be on my phone because my laptop's not charging properly, but I'll hop over there.
So hey, BBS, what you eating?
Oh, I just brought home some Wendy's, man.
You are always eating, my man.
Always eating, man.
Listen, man.
How are you not on my 600-pound life? You're always.
I have a really fast metabolism, and I'm taking advantage of my fast metabolism.
Yeah, so we were just talking about Slayton and how he's basically proven himself as a number one. Your thoughts and on the game in general?
Well, on the game in general, I mean, how about my boy Nick Gates? He sucked, but
listen, it's funny because he kind of started out strong and then it just went downhill.
Yeah, but listen, it's it's funny because I just posted my recap video probably not more than 2 hours ago, and I know I'm a little late, but my comments are already flooded with Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. Yes, I cannot believe that anybody can sit here and say that after the performance you guys saw that Daniel Jones should be booted out of here. They're just looking at the 2 interceptions, but they're not looking at the 8.5 minute drive all the way down the field without a running game, without their best player. Let me ask you this, KB, and let me ask everybody in the chat, okay? Because I'm getting frustrated about it now. Because in the game I get upset with the turnover, but after I thought about everything, I'm like, if I would have told you going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense before the game started, Saquon Barkley is going to have 6 yards on 15 carries, and Daniel Jones is going to have to throw the ball 41 times. Right.
What would you have told me before the game started?
We're getting blown out.
Jones is probably going 4 picks.
Yeah.
Smacked up, man.
Yeah. And you're exactly right, Chris. And that's why I'm saying that this game proved that Daniel Jones can carry a team. Okay, for all the Daniel Jones hate, if all the Daniel, we got a lot of Daniel Jones haters for subs, man. There are a lot of them out there.
What's crazy is these are the same dudes that hated on him when we drafted him. So they're looking for a reason now to actually hate on him now.
And here's the thing, you know why I'm okay? You know why I'm living my life and I'm not, salty and all that stuff, because I expected this. It's everybody's fault. If you're upset about this loss, You should be upset because we lost. But if you're upset to the fact that you thought we should have won this game, you thought Daniel Jones should have thrown for 4 touchdowns and Saquon Barkley should have ran for 1,000 yards. Listen, this team is still a rebuilding team. I expected this. I predicted 27 to 17. It was 26 to 16 for crying out loud. Okay. I expected something like this to happen. There's going to be some positives. There's going to be some negatives. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And at the end of the day, this is a season in which there is no preseason. We're living in a freaking pandemic right now, shortened training camp. It's all about veteran coaching experience. I said this to the hub when we were live streaming the game. This is all going to depend on on-field coaching adjustments. And the Pittsburgh Steelers already, they have that group of guys already. So they have that chemistry. So they were able to adjust a lot better than the Giants can. Just because of veteran experience, you have a veteran quarterback there, veteran head coach. You got the same defensive staff for a long time, and defensive players. I mean, the longest tenured Giant is Sterling Shepard, for crying out loud. Okay, and the dude's like fresh off his rookie contract. So this team is rebuilding. Everybody needs to calm down. I know we were in position to win the game. I think that's what everybody's mad about. We were in position to win the game, but. Listen, I mean, did anybody think we were going to win this thing? I mean, did anybody think
in position to win the game? It should be like making everybody happy.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you when I knew we lost the game.
Yeah.
Right after we recovered that fumble, we didn't get in the end zone. Game was over.
Right.
Game was over.
Right.
You can't settle for 3 there on 2-yard line when you recover a fumble like that. And I didn't agree with the play calling. I thought they should have run it out of the I formation. I didn't like that they were in the shotgun. Give it to the fullback. Do a quarterback sneak, whatever. I'm
like what every team does.
Bullshit on the 1.5 yard line. So I didn't like the play calling there. But when they didn't score that touchdown and the game was over, people are going to put that on Jones too. I mean, Jones threw it on 3rd down, and TJ Watt had great coverage on Ingram. He tried to throw it around the defender.
No, PTA was talking earlier. That's on Ingram.
Ingram ran a bad route. So
terrible route. Terrible.
But it is what it is, man. Right then and there, I knew it was probably over. But the defense, I'll tell you what. Yes, the defense did really bad on that last drive in the first half. But outside of that, you settle for 3 there, and the Steelers get all the momentum at the beginning of the game. What does the Giants defense do? They come out, they get a 3 and out. I was impressed there.
The Giants defense.
Momentum, Giants get a 3 and out. Then coming out of the half, after the Steelers get all the momentum, 16-10, Giants get another. It wasn't a 3 and out, but they turn them over on downs. They forced them to punt. The defense definitely showed signs of life in this game. Bradbury made a great play on that third and long. On the first drive in the 3rd quarter where he batted the ball away. But
that was a great play by Bradbury.
Yeah, but I was encouraged with the defense. I think they stepped up. And to me, as crazy as it may sound, because people don't see the gaudy stats, everything considered, Daniel Jones, to me, yesterday, showed more to me than he's shown in any one of the games since he's been in the NFL.
Daniel Jones, to me, yesterday looked like a top 15 quarterback.
Yeah, and that's why he was ranked, I believe, top 5. I think he was ranked 8th. He was ranked 8th in total offense.
Yeah, he was ranked 8th in total offense. Yep.
That's insane. I mean, think about all the players that had much better stats than Daniel Jones. And the PFF, now, you guys know I'm not a big PFF guy, but they ranked the guy 8th in offense this week.
Speaking of which, speaking to the defense, what Tana said, I love the front 7. The secondary needs work. But then again, we expected that, just like how we expected the offensive line to struggle, right? This is not things we should be angry about. But let's talk about the front 7 for a second. Lorenzo Carter ranked 10th overall out of all eligible edge rushers in the NFL week 1. That's how good of pressures he got. Leonard Williams actually came up with a sack and got constant pressure the entire game. Dexter Lawrence had a nice game as well.
Yes, he has more sacks in this game than he did all season with us. All season last year.
Hey, BBS, I was going to say this until we went over to my channel here in a little bit, but I told you so. Just so you know.
On who?
Because we got into a big debate about Leonard Williams. You and me.
Oh, yeah.
Big debate about
listen. I'm happy. I'm happy to be wrong.
What did I say?
Okay, hold on. Let's just slow down. This is week 1. All right, this is week 1. Let's just slow down. The jury. Listen. I'm not ready to put all my eggs in one basket. I don't know what the saying is. All right, but still, at the end of the season, we'll see what happens. But as of right now, I'm pleased with Leonard Williams, and that's what I want. I want it to be wrong. I want our $16 million to go somewhere. But adding on to that, to the defensive talk, we're hearing all about the interior line, right? And the defensive line: Lorenzo Carter, Leonard Williams, Dalvin Tomlinson, Dexter Lawrence. They played phenomenal. These guys played great. How about Blake Martinez and Devontae Downs? These guys played great.
I don't
Like,
think anybody's sad about Ryan Conley anymore.
yeah,
I'll
a
tell you
lot
what right now, man. A lot. Blake Martinez
Ryan
got a
Conley
lot of
didn't
hate.
even play.
Yeah.
Martinez got a lot of hate when we signed
Yeah,
that guy.
and Blake Martinez was all over the run. And
balled
Devontae
out
Downs
there.
as well. Devontae Downs as well.
Yo,
That's crazy.
PTA's over here taking credit for Leonard Williams. I'll take credit for Blake Martinez, bro. Since that dude was signed, I was like, people are hating on him
That's
too
true.
much.
That's true.
Before he came out and said he was misused, I was like, it's very simple to see he's not used to his full potential in Green Bay,
That's
and
true.
he's gonna be better with New York. He was
And-
forced to be a cleanup guy in Green Bay. He doesn't have to be that in New York.
And I allowed everybody else to convince me to be excited about James Bradbury, but last week really showed of what I thought about Bradbury. He's a guy that's very inconsistent. Bradbury, when he's playing well, think like Janoris Jenkins. When Bradbury is playing well, he's great. He's probably a top 10 corner in the league. But when he's off, he's off. He allowed a catch to Chase Claypool and didn't even try to attempt to knock the ball away. He stopped as Chase.
I remember
Chase
that play.
Claypool was, yeah. And
Claypool
Julian
got
Love
the
had to
catch.
come in. Julian Love had to come in and try to make a play on the ball. James Bradbury just said he was beat and just let go. And then there's the play with James Washington as well. That curl route to James Washington. It's James Washington, for crying out loud. So that shouldn't happen for your $15 million corner. So I do still like James Bradbury. I think there are certain players that he matches up well with, but there are some players that he just can't match up well with. Like DeAndre Hopkins.
I just want to say real quick, a lot of people in the chat and a lot of people in our live stream last night, Kibble, were saying that it was a push off. Claypool pushed off of Bradbury and there was no call.
A little bit. There was a little bit of contact, but that was a great catch by Clay. It was a great throw. I'll tell you what, Roethlisberger looked good. Ben Roethlisberger made a number of tight window throws.
You know what's funny? He limped at the beginning, and then after that limp, that was it. He was back to Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben looks. I'm telling you right now. I said in my preview video, and I didn't. The Steelers weren't getting a lot of preseason hype, and I'm not trying to hype them up because they played the Giants. I thought going in, if Ben is a good quarterback this year, I think they're the third best team in the AFC. I think their defense is that good.
The big three.
I could even see them winning the AFC North. I think their defense is that legit.
Bro, without Ben last year, Chris, you're not that crazy because without Ben last year, they wrecked the Ravens.
Yeah, I honestly think they could win that AFC North. I think everybody's all about the Ravens, and for good reason. But the Steelers' defense is insane. They gave up 17 touchdowns and 20 picks last year. Once they got Minka Fitzpatrick over those last 14 games, they averaged 170 yards against from the quarterback position, and they only have three contests out of 14 in which they surrendered more than 200 passing yards. Most turnovers, most sacks. The defense is ridiculous.
Yeah, and they have a gem in Mike Hilton, man. He's a guy that's been there for a number of years now. It was struggling to develop. I know a lot of Pittsburgh fans that had their gripes about Mike Hilton, but he's developing nicely. He's a nickel back for them, and he's rushing the passer. They put him on nickel blitzes. He sacked Daniel Jones as well. I mean, he did a phenomenal job there for Pittsburgh. So they got him there, Minka. So that's all they really needed, really, in Pittsburgh was a secondary. With Minka coming in and then Mike Hilton developing, that's all they really needed. They always had a good front seven. It was always the secondary holding them back. Now they have a good secondary, and they're a scary team. You're right. They may be a top 3 team in the AFC.
Yeah, the one thing that concerned me was the blocking scheme by the New York Giants. It seemed as if they were letting Bud Dupree go free intentionally, and they were trying to get Gates to swing around to block him. I don't know what the hell they were doing with that. And it was time and time again, Dupree was going untouched. So that they got to work on as well.
I can't wait till the film comes out. I think it comes out tomorrow for a Game Pass. I'm gonna check it out and see what the hell's going on. How Bud Dupree was able to get so cleanly away, and also the interior as well. Nick Gates had a hard time on Tyson Alualu. He was supposed to be the weak point of the front seven, and he was balling out. I was like, "Damn, Gates, you want me to wear your jersey?"
Yeah, run blocking the interior of our offensive line.
Tough debut for Gates at the center position.
The interior of the line struggled. Andrew Thomas, though, absolute stalwart on that line so far.
He was good. He was good. Andrew Thomas was the only bright spot. And let me tell you right now, you guys, I'm telling you right now, Matt Parrott's coming soon. I promise you. You saw. Listen, I told the Hub. Hub was complaining about Fleming.
Everything that I've said tonight, these two have come in and said exactly everything that I've said tonight.
Listen. I've been preaching about Parrott
because I'm like,
I've been preaching about pair.
I like it.
Listen, I've been preaching about pair for a very long time, and even Hub was he was complaining about Cameron Fleming. I said, Hub, how much more time are you going to complain about Fleming without us thinking about putting Matt Pear in? Like, how much do you want to think about that? Fleming is starting this week. Fleming is starting next week. I mean, how many weeks are we going to go through without starting Pear? It's going to happen soon. We're going to get a lot of headaches with this guy. Oh, Hub, you remember that play in particular. I think Vince Williams was able to get a blitz inside, and Fleming was literally did a ballerina spin.
Yeah,
because he didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, Fleming got turned around.
It was such a complex,
he literally got
complex
turned around.
blitz. Yeah, it wasn't even that complex, but there was a speed rusher off the edge. I think it was TJ Watt. He was like in the 7-tech all the way out there. He decides to run after the speed rusher who's like getting chipped by a tight end. Does not even see Vince Williams comes in and does a ballerina spin away. And just like, oh, damn, I can't do anything now. He's already on Daniel Jones. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, and Parrott's coming soon. I know Parrott's going to struggle. And don't get me wrong. And he may not be any better than Fleming, but I want to throw him out there because if he's the right tackle for the future, I really want to see what's going on.
I have good news, guys. I can continue. I just asked permission.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah,
I agree with you, KB. Though I mean,
okay, cool. Then I can delete this thing here that I was.
My bad, PTA.
No. We good.
I'm gonna give Fleming another couple of weeks. You know, I'm not gonna kill him after the first game because of the Steelers. I'll give him like a mulligan, but it's coming. I agree with you. We're gonna see Pear probably no later than week 6, week 7 at the latest.
Bro, if KB has his way, it's like week 3.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna have my way. I'm gonna have my way. Okay.
the other option they have is moving Gates to the right tackle and bringing Pulley to play center if they feel like. I know you don't want that.
No, oh God. Run for the hills. I'm getting under. Oh.
No,
that's only if they feel that Parrott's not ready.
Right. I get it.
You leave Gates where he's at. Okay. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to put him in there for like a couple of weeks and then yank his ass out. You don't want to do that. Let Gates stay there, okay? Is he going to struggle? Is he going to have growing pains? 100%. This is the first year he's ever done this, all right? And I talked about this earlier. When you're playing center, you're the quarterback of the line, okay? You've got to make all the checks. You've got to ID the mic. You've got to call out the slide protections. You have to essentially do everything the quarterback is doing at the same time. Because when the quarterback is giving out his checks and his protections and stuff, he's talking to his skill positions players. He's not even necessarily talking to the offensive lineman because the center is doing that. So we have to let Nick Gates just get used to doing this. All right?
Yeah.
And then we can put Parrott in here in a little bit because I think he's going to be better. I think he's going to be better than Cam Fleming. Throw Parrott in there here in a couple of weeks. And I think this line is going to be okay. I really do. It's going to take a little bit, man. It's the first time that they've done this. Let them gel, all right? Listen, we're going to be talking about this offensive line for the next 3, 4, 5 weeks, okay?
Oh, yeah, because look at the front sevens we're facing. Oh, God.
Yeah.
We get ready to be talking about it for the next 3, 4, 5 weeks. But
you guys never played with each other. I mean,
they never played with each other.
Yeah.
They didn't have a preseason, okay? So they weren't able to gel. They've only been playing against themselves. So we have to let this offensive line gel. I do not move Nick Gates out of the center position. 2 reasons. 1, I want him to grow. 2, BBS got to wear that jersey.
Yeah, where's your jersey, bro?
Where your jersey at?
I'm still waiting on it. I'm still waiting.
The other thing that stood out to me, and I should have mentioned in my post-game video, one of my subscribers brought it up, and I looked into it. I was like, wow. We've talked about discipline with Joe Judge. You know, he's a guy that brings structure, discipline. New York Giants only committed 4 penalties for 25 yards. One of those penalties was intentional to back him up for the punt. So it was really only 3 penalties for 20 yards the entire game, which is among the league leaders. It's in the top 3 or 4 in the entire league through week 1. So I thought that, especially when you have a brand new offensive line with 3 new starters, for them not to be committing full starts, things like that. So at least from that aspect, you didn't see any pass interference penalties, nothing like that. The tennis balls were working. From that aspect, I that was encouraging as well. They seem like they're a disciplined football team.
That's a fantastic point too. Yeah.
This is a point that I wanted to bring up that I was going to actually mention this in my breakdown when I do it. which is now definitely gonna be tomorrow because I'm not gonna stay up late to do this breakdown. I was gonna do it this evening, and then Kush was like, "Come live," and I was like, "All right,
let's do it."
So, I would just like to bring up a point here. When's the last time the New York Football Giants have played a game, and there were 0 holding penalties by the offensive line?
Tough.
Yo,
as long as Eric Flowers was there, never.
Now, granted, they couldn't
this
hold
is
anybody
the
because they
first
just went
time.
by him. But
This is the first time in as long as I can remember that we went an entire game and there wasn't a single holding penalty.
And you know what? I didn't even notice that. I was so frustrated with everything else. I didn't even notice that.
Not
Didn't
a
even
single
notice.
holding penalty. Not
no
one.
pass interference. No, I'm trying to think of the penalties. You had the intentional, delay game to back it up for the punt.
And
You
false
had
start.
Evan Ingram's
Three false
push off.
starts.
Yeah, there was 2 false starts, an offensive pass interference because everything was a bump.
The OPI,
and the delay of game. Those were our penalties.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's
So
pretty good.
so really it's 3. Really it's just 3. I mean, if we're technically it's 4, but really it's 3 because of the intentional, flag there.
It's really 3. It's 3 penalties.
Yeah.
I want to say it's really 2 because the refs have been throwing flags on every single OPI, like everything, the entire week 1.
Yeah,
But yeah.
It was kind of pity pat. It was kind of pity pat, but I'll take that one.
Was like call every offense, no defensive pass interference, all offensive pass interference.
Yeah, that's what
That's
KB
what Alberto
suggested
Riverline
because a couple years ago they were going crazy with DPIs. Now this year they're going crazy with OPIs.
Yeah, but I think what they're trying to do now is because defensive players have been complaining for years that they're not able to do anything. So I feel like the refs are just kind of giving them like, hey, we'll start calling some stuff now because defensive player can't do anything. You can't tackle a player a certain way. You can't lower your helmet in a certain way. You can't do anything. You can't touch somebody's jersey anymore. So I feel like that's just their way of saying sorry, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we've heard of makeup calls all the time. That's pretty much what they're doing, I guess.
Yeah, but we talk so much about the offensive end, guys. Who on the defensive end? I said for me was Leonard Williams. Is there anybody on the defensive end that just surprised you?
I mean, I wasn't that surprised, but the guys that stood out were clearly on the defensive line. I knew that the Steelers' offensive line, they had the Castro out, so I knew we'd be able to pick on them up the middle, and that's exactly what we did. And I expect that to continue against most teams. Our interior defensive line is awesome. Dexter Lawrence is a freaking beast, man.
Oh my God, he's
Bro,
nasty.
him on that screenplay, bro.
The screenplay
when he dragged down Samuels. Oh God, that was amazing.
For a 342-pound man to be able to adjust off the screen pass, he's going all in. He stops on a dime, and he's able to recover on the screen pass, have that recognition to do that. That was awesome. And, of course, you got the sack. Leonard Williams was a beast. Leonard Williams was the best I've seen him since he's been in a Giants uniform. He was blowing up the line of scrimmage the whole first half. He was awesome. Him and Big Dex, man, they really stood out. And Carter played well. Carter got a number of pressures, but the interior defensive line was really good in this game.
You know what I know? You know what that reminds me of? Dexter Lawrence getting Jalen Samuels on that. It's like he was walking a dog. Like, oh, come here, boy, come here. That's what it looked like.
The way he pulled him down.
Yeah, the way he held him with one hand and just like dragged him down. And Jalen Samuels was on the floor, like trying to get past. Dexter Lawrence is one strong dude and one athletic guy.
Too. I know his sack was kind of like a cleanup, I think, on Carter. But the
Carter
fact that
slipped away.
He literally Dexter saw that Carter couldn't get Ben. So Dexter just straight up pushed his guy off and grabbed Big Ben.
Yeah.
Dexter Lawrence gonna be a pro. Dexter Lawrence gonna be a problem. Dexter Lawrence gonna be a problem.
I hope
He's
so.
gonna be an all-pro.
I hope so. And here's the thing. I hope. I know people don't like nose tackles, but I hope we keep Dalvin Tomlinson, man. I would pay Dalvin Tomlinson. I mean, he played phenomenal as well. He didn't show up on the stat sheet, but you could see him plugging up that middle. I think he's a perfect tandem.
Well, it's gonna be between him and Williams, right? And if Williams continues to perform, it's gonna be a real question.
I think him and Dexter Lawrence is such a perfect tandem right next to each other. I think it just works. And Leonard Williams is, he's gonna have to really, show that he's a $16 million pass rusher from the inside because I mean, not a lot of interior defensive linemen get paid that much money. So,
new member alert! Thank you so much, Sports Influencer, for becoming a new member, bro. Thank you so much, bro. Sports Influencer out here doing work. I know he did say in his intro, if there's any up and coming YouTubers that want, go to him. He can make you a new intro.
Hey, Sports Influencer.
Yeah, right there. Hit that man up right there.
I'm telling you right now, guys.
I need stuff.
He's the artist formerly known as Slurpee. That used to be his YouTube name. That now he's got the Sports Influencers YouTube. Go check him out. He makes great videos. But I'll tell you what, every time I watch my intro, I get jacked up. And I'm not trying to brag, but the Sports Influencer did a phenomenal job on my intro. I can never say thank you enough for that. He's a great supporter.
Hey, man, TSI, if you're interested, I mean, I like my intro, but, I can always use,
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm surprised y'all never asked me to make y'all any intros. I'd say my intro is pretty good myself.
I'm gonna tell you what, I was telling Pesty the other night. I said of all the Giants YouTubers, you're the best editor on here.
Thank you. I appreciate
the editing you put into your videos.
Oh yeah,
it's top notch.
Yeah,
I think you do a great job with that.
That's why I was shocked. I was shocked because Hub, he was just a listener. He would call into my show a lot, and then he started making videos. I'm like, yeah, this guy's pretty damn good. This guy's he's not just up with a cell phone, just making videos like that. He's actually putting in the work.
I think you deserve a lot more viewers than what you get. You put in a lot of work to those videos. They're very informative. Keep doing what you're doing; it'll grow. You definitely have a good product with your videos.
You know what's interesting about this whole dynamic that we have is that the two guys on the top were fans of the two guys on the bottom.
Right.
Yeah.
And this goes out to everybody that's in the comment section, everybody that's subscribed to us. Like if this is something that you think that you can do, give it a shot. But the first thing that you need to do is become a part of the community because me personally, I was a guy that was always in Tainer's chats, always in Tainer's chats. And I was always there as Pestilence because that's my personal YouTube account. So I was always in his chats as Pestilence, talking to him, reaching out to him, found out he had a Discord, jumped into the Discord because
shout out to Giants Opinion Sports.
Hey, we're starting a movement over here. We're starting a movement.
He's got a new YouTube channel too. I haven't checked it out yet, but he's got a new YouTube channel.
For sure, man. Giants Opinion Sports been in my streams recently. Thank you, man, for becoming a new member. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, what's up, Renner? I see you in the chat. Renner, join the movement, man. Go ahead and sub up.
But yeah, it's great to see the community grow. And when I first started on YouTube, I did it for fun, whatever. But I started doing Knicks videos, and I saw how close the Knicks community was. I had like 100 subscribers, and Sim reached out to me, who I think has the best Knicks channel, Nothing But Knicks, and he had me on his show right away. And I see all the Knicks YouTubers were working with each other. And then when football came around, I'm a big football fan. I started doing the Giants stuff, and nobody was working with each other. Nobody wanted to work with each other. Well, I don't know if nobody wanted to, but nobody was working with each other. And I always said to myself, I'm going to try to work with whoever I can. And I'm glad that everybody seems to try to support one. Well, not everybody, most people try to seem to support everybody in the Giants community. That's the way it should be, because I always say it, man. I don't look at it as a competition, because at the end of the day, if my channel grows even more, it's going to trickle down to everybody else. And if your channel grows, it's going to come to me. If you keep working with each other, people are always going to want other opinions when it comes to the New York Giants. So the more people you get to come to YouTube to watch Giants content, the better for everybody.
Yeah, and you know what, Chris, I do have to give you a shout out on that, because when you came in, like you said, it wasn't like that. And you really started that cohesion, that movement of just getting everybody to work together, man. Like, I don't think we'd be here were it not for you. And a shout out to Otis the GOAT.
Oh, Kid Blue was on there before me. Kid Blue's always been a great guy. When I met KB first up, next time we go to a Giant game, you guys
can't wait.
You better come. Yeah,
bro, somebody listen. I know it's completely irresponsible, but somebody start a movement to get the Giants to take fans right now in the stadiums.
But yeah, when I met KB, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. That was a blast getting to go to the Giant game with him, and that was a lot of fun. I hope next time it's much bigger. Hopefully some of the people in the chat get to come, and that was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing that more in the future, whether it's going to the draft, whether it's going to a road game, whether it's going to a Giants home game. I loved it.
Let me tell you, man, that weekend was probably the best weekend of my life, man. When I tell you, man, just to see everybody in person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came in.
How drunk were you though?
No. I was completely sober, man. Completely sober. But yeah, it was awesome to see. You know, Chris came. We went over to Bad Dogs Hotel. I mean, everybody was there. I got to meet Bones for the first time, a good friend of mine. We got to see a lot of people over there, man. And Gangrene David showed up, and it was all surreal. Going to the
like
restaurant.
A big meetup. You know what's funny? Before I knew the meetup was happening, you know, obviously I was a very small Giants YouTuber at the time. I didn't know the meetup was happening, and I bought my tickets for the Dolphins game. It was too late to cancel my ticket for the Dolphins game to go to Jets game. I didn't regret it though, because I ended up seeing Eli's last game, which was amazing.
That was the best game to go to last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he lit it up.
I couldn't make it because at the time I was in Japan.
No excuse. No excuse.
No excuse.
No
you better
excuse,
swim to see your Giants. All right.
But I did watch all the videos that everybody did on that.
All right, no problem. Yeah, all the live stream, man. I'll tell you, man. Especially pre-game when we were out tailgating, everybody was there. We had fans come up, like watchers. I'm like, oh my god, this is insane. And we had one guy because we had an extra ticket, and we had a subscriber who won some sort of contest. I think Chris held it, or somebody held a contest.
I think it was either Chris or OGR. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was one of those guys. I think it was Chris.
It was both. It was Chris and OGR.
Yeah, Chris or OGR. And so, and we got to have a subscriber watch the game. He was the chillest dude, man. I mean, he wasn't like a fanboy, like, oh my god, you know, he was the chillest guy. That's the people you want to be with. And man, it was awesome. And we got to see diehard Giants fan. He was awesome. He got Chris a shirt. He got a shirt, a jersey, a Daniel Jones jersey. Diehard Giants fan. I don't know if you're in the chat right now, but it was awesome to see you too, man. But listen, man, you guys need to come, man. That would be amazing for us to add more to the group. I mean, that would be insane to have Pest and the home. Oh god.
So listen, we actually talked about something better.
Oh, what's better?
Something better than the Giants game. I'm glad Chris is back. We talked about something even better than doing a meeting for the Giants game.
Let's go to AT&T Stadium.
We can do that too. I'm down with that too. But we talked about meeting up in Vegas for the draft.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but then it got canceled. I was oh god.
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
sorry about that.
Hey, hold on now. So, but they may do it again. They may do it next year. So,
but in Vegas
for the draft, yo, listen, and this is the deal. What are you doing?
That was for Sports Influencer. He doesn't believe that I'm 6'2". He was like,
this is what we all need to do. We all are gonna have to pitch in and hire a camera crew to follow us around.
Yeah,
this man is making hard.
And they're gonna be like, hey, these are celebrities. Yeah, I guess we are.
To follow us around in Vegas to get all of the shenanigans.
There's
gonna be plenty of shenanigans if we're all in Vegas together.
I'm completely down for it if they have the draft in Vegas. I wanted to go this year, so now we have a full year to prepare for it. We have no excuse. If they do, now we don't know if things are gonna get back to normal by then. Hopefully they do. Yeah, I'm completely in for that, and definitely want to do a road game next year. I want to do that every year. I want to try to organize it so we go to one road game. Or at least
I'm not going to Philly. Not yet. Not going to Philly yet. They will kill you over there.
I'm not going to Philly. I'll get
the next big thing that we have to do, like the big hire a camera crew, do all that stuff. Eli Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
I would love to go there. I'll take a trip to Canton all day for Eli's Hall of Fame. I'll shed some tears.
The home game we got to go to next year though is Eli's induction because they're not going to do it this year. Eli when they retire his jersey
into the Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Ooh, yes. That all the chills. I can feel the chills right now, man. I'm gonna cry.
Would it be like halfway through the season next year, end of the season, beginning of the season? What do you think?
I think they do it in the beginning of the year, don't they?
Probably.
Isn't like the first home game? First home game they do that kind of stuff.
Maybe a prime time. I would think it'd be the beginning of the year.
It would have. It would probably be a prime time game though. They'd probably make a big deal out of it, man. We're talking about Eli Manning.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's goated. They're gonna make a big deal out of it.
They should just put a 10 patch on the jersey forever.
Oh,
now that's a little far. If we
let's do it. Just put it right there. This little 10 right there. Love it.
In that case, we gotta put 56 on the jersey somewhere.
You can put it on the other side.
Yeah.
10, 56.
Yin and yang, man. Offense and defense. Eli and Taylor.
Yeah,
love it.
100%. But I'm looking forward to it next year if things get back to them. I want to do. I'd love to go to a bar to go to with a watch party. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's stuff that I want to add to my channel. I want to do more stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is stuff that we're going to definitely talk about off screen, because we've got what you guys don't realize is that we are building a coalition here, guys. We are building a coalition here of Giants YouTubers that are going to take over this entire app. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We are slowly building a coalition, and we are going to take over everything. Okay, because we've got the best content creators, we've got the best fans, we've got the best supporters, we got the best smack talkers, we've got the best everything.
Yeah, we do. We honestly do. I mean, you don't see a lot of different fan bases from different teams out there really put in the work like we do. I'm not gonna lie. I love this community.
Wait till the Giants get good. Wait
Oh
till
yeah,
the Giants
right.
bro,
Wait till the Giants get good. Our sub counts are just gonna skyrocket.
it'll be a lot easier to do a post game video when the Giants are good.
Yes, I can do one with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll happen eventually.
I won't have to deal. I won't have to deal with the fans that whenever they lose, they just want you to hear you shit talk the team for 10 minutes and not bring up any positives.
Right.
If they start winning, everybody's nobody gives a shit. They just want to see you celebrate. So
and the best part about it is that we won't be jump on the bandwagon, guys, because we've been here since the beginning. Okay,
that's right. That's right.
As many Giants content creators we got now, if they start winning, you're going to see 20 times as many Giants.
There's going to be a lot of them hopping on.
Everybody's going to be a Giant fan.
They'll know.
Hey guys, I'm the new Giants creator. Yeah, we just went 11-5.
But they'll know who the realist is. So we ain't tripping.
Hey, Mark is a Cowboys fan. Shout out to him, and he's giving
awesome,
us his praise right here. He says he's not even a Giants fan, but he knows that we know what we're talking about. Thank you, man. That means a lot.
Mark Primetime, really, really good subscriber of mine, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, I see Mark in my streams a lot. So yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Seen him in mine too.
He's the only guy.
I'm gonna tell you, we're better than your team's YouTubers. I'll be the first to tell you, Giants content creators are better, man. Just like our football team will be one day. Not yet, but we will be one day. But
one day,
the Giants content creators are better. I'm sorry, than Cowboys. Call me biased. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Listen, there's one Cowboys content creator that I give all the props to, and that's Watch Lombardi. That's the only one.
He is the guy. He is the literal guy that got me into watching film. Like I live and breathe watching film because of this guy.
He's great.
Yeah, and I talked to him a couple of times too in the streams too. He's a really cool dude, man. Really cool dude.
Yo, one of these days I'm gonna get Vach on the live, and me and him is going to talk about the trenches, and it's gonna be the greatest live stream ever.
Oh, he loves that's why I love him so much. He loves the trenches.
Loves his trenches as much as I love the trenches, and me and him can just talk. We won't even be talking about Giants Cowboys. We'll just be talking about the trenches. And that's what we'll talk about for an hour and a half, and it'll be fantastic.
The NFC East, and all kidding aside, there's a lot of good YouTubers. There's good Eagles YouTubers. There's good Cowboys YouTubers. The NFC East has a lot of YouTubers in general.
I'll tell you, my favorite NFC East YouTuber that's not a Giants content creator, Philly 500, cracks me the hell up, man. He knows his stuff too. It's not. He's just like
It's got to be EDP, bro.
EDP is not. EDP is just a troll.
You don't count.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just made a video about going into a sex shop, so he's not an Eagles content creator.
The most underrated NFC East content creator that's not a Giants content creator, because apparently it's me, according to a couple of different people. I don't whatever, but it's Philly Notion, man. I love.
Yeah. Philly Notion has great energy.
Philly Notion's streams, because this dude has so much energy about his team, and he's got so much passion. And Philly Notion's coming on my channel. I don't remember what week we said, but he's coming on my channel before the next Giants Eagles game. Me and him we're gonna talk, man. That dude's awesome, man. I like that dude a lot.
I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. I gotta check.
He's a small one. I think he's like sub 300.
I've heard
of him. He has such great energy.
I've heard of him. I just haven't been able to check out his videos.
I'm actually sub to him, and why would I be sub to a Philly content creator? It's because I like what he puts out.
So here's what I really like about Philly Notion. Philly Notion is always in my ever since I think it might have been OGR. I think I might have been on with OGR when we kind of found each other. But ever since he subscribed to my channel, he's in my comment section talking about how great the video is, or hey, this information was really good. And he always ends it with, but fly Eagles fly. And I'm like, this mother. You gotta throw that last little dick in, but fly Eagles fly.
Listen, bro. Eagles are falling apart, boys. Eagles are falling apart. 100%.
It's beautiful to see.
Terrible.
Their feathers are falling off.
Yeah, but the only thing that worries me is Washington's defense now. Like I hope that this is just Philly is terrible and not Washington is good. You know, because otherwise we're in trouble.
Eagles are trouble. Eagles are trouble. Not just for this year, but the future. I said before the year started, it was a hot take in my Discord. I said of all the teams that are projected to be top half teams, they're the team that I kind of picked out where I was like, if I had to pick one that's like in most people's top 10, top 15, I could see them picking in the top 5 because they had so many injuries preseason and the team's just older. I could see, and their schedule is just, we think our schedule.
Let's not forget, they have negative cap space next year. Yeah,
the Eagles this year, I think it's the start of them really starting to go down. I think they're gonna have to start that rebuild very soon. The Philadelphia.
Yeah, and their draft, they had a lot of draft picks, but if you look at it, it doesn't look like it's very productive. Like half of their draft picks got hurt already, and Jalen Hurts is not starting.
Good question by Giants Opinion Sports, because we just said they had negative cap space. What are they doing? Not if the cap space goes down, when it goes down, because it's gonna go down.
That is right. That's correct. The cap is gonna go down like $25 million next year,
and they're already at like -50.
Yeah,
they're gonna cut some players.
Sorry, Carson. That's why we're bringing Jalen Hurts in there.
The thing is, a lot of those players, the dead cap is bigger than what they're making.
Yeah,
they factor all those contracts.
That's what I'm trying to understand something. Who the hell is making money on that team besides Carson Wentz? Like who is deserving of a huge contract?
Bro, that's why Zach Ertz wants a contract. He wants a George Still, Travis Kelce type contract because he's not making anything right now.
I'm gonna pull up their salary cap now, but it's not good.
That's what. See, here's the thing. There's always a GM always does one thing right, but a lot of things wrong. Like everybody argues that Dave Gettleman's a great drafter, but can't do anything in free agency. Howie Roseman, only thing he knows how to do is trade for players for like less than nothing. Right? He's traded for a bunch of players in the past for like just freaking a bag of chips. But he drafts very average. Like he's drafted Sidney Jones, but that was a terrible idea. He drafted just a bunch of Derek Barnett. Never really showed out to be anything. He drafted a lot of guys, and on paper it looked good, but they're not producing. His draft picks are not producing. You look at this draft they just had. They had tons of draft picks. I think they had almost near the amount of that we did.
Philly had a terrible draft.
It looks way worse than the Giants, and the Giants had a good draft. Yeah,
I mean,
they drafted like 50 million wide receivers.
Bro, the Giants had a great draft.
I'm not even gonna look at I'll look at it, but this is just all projections of what the cap's gonna be. But right now, according to Sport Track, the Eagles have negative $63 million in cap space.
Jesus Christ!
And then you look at the top.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna list off their contracts and their dead cap hits. You have Carson Wentz. You're not cutting him. He has a $59 million dead cap hit. He's gonna make $34 million next year. You have
Chris, real quick. If there is any team, it would be the Eagles to cut Carson Wentz, and then there'd be negative $120 million in cap space, bro.
Hey, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut y'all off, but Dylan, I'm a grown ass man. Okay, I don't have a jewel. I actually have a rig. Okay, and it's like Caribbean punch. Okay, I'm not doing anything illegal. All right. But it's not a jewel, all right. I'm not in high school. This is actually okay?
Who's after Carson there, Chris?
Fletcher Cox. He's gonna make $22 million next year. He carries a $15 million hit. Alshon Jeffrey, $18.5 million, carries an $11 million hit.
God, $18 million for that guy. Oh my God.
Brandon Graham, 17.9, carries a $17.2 million hit. Lane Johnson, 17.8, carries a $39 million hit. Darius Slay, 15.7, carries a $21.7 million hit. Hargrave, $15 million, carries a $22 million hit. So they can't cut any of those players.
They can't even. Yeah. Okay, so hold on. Let's think logically here. How the hell are they going to do this?
They're gonna have to trade. They're gonna have to trade these guys. They're gonna have
Who's
to trade
trading
some of
for
these
them,
players.
bro? Nobody's trading for them.
Yo,
They're gonna
Except
have to trade one of these guys, like
So-
I don't know, one of these younger players that they have there. And I'm not even done, by the way. Hargrave, who they just got 15.2, $22 million hit. Brandon Brooks, 14.5, $13 million hit. Malik Jackson, 13.6, $12.6 million hit. Zach Ertz, 12.4, $7.7 million hit. And Deshaun Jackson, 10.9, $5.8 million hit. So
Okay, so they might
probably
be the
cut Jackson,
first.
but-
They might be the first team in NFL history that has to forfeit next season because they cannot afford to have anybody on the field. What are they going to do?
I'm like,
Well, what are they going to do? You cannot go into a season where you can't pay your players by a whole $60 million. What the hell are they going to do?
They're gonna have to trade. They're gonna have to trade some of those. But I don't know how else they can do
Dylan,
it.
go do your
They're gonna have to
schoolwork,
trade.
bro.
Holy crap. I mean, even if you trade half of those players, you're still not even in the green. Like,
And you know
oh
what's
my
crazy?
God.
Bro, not only can they not cut those, they really can't because they got no depth. They need those players to start. They need them
Yeah,
to start.
my
And
God.
whenever you talk to Eagles fans, they're just like, "Oh, Howard Roseman will figure it out. He's great with the cap." No, he's not. He just backloads everything, and then eventually you're gonna get screwed. It's like, you can't keep backloading it. Eventually, you got to pay the guys. And
Guys,
that's what he's done.
Hey,
Guys,
Hey.
is this a hot take? Real quick, is this a hot take? Were the 2017 Eagles the most fluke Super Bowl champions ever?
Yes,
No, it was a
one
fluke.
of. Well, no,
One
you know
of
what?
them.
It was a fluke.
The 2012 New York Giants were a bad team that won a Super Bowl. And
That
I
was
love
not
the
a
New
fluke.
York
They
Giants.
got real hot though. They got real hot.
They got
Eli-
hot, but that team was not a good regular season team. Eli Manning carried that team.
Yeah, what didn't we go 9-7 that year?
Yeah, 9 and
We went
7.
9-7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
9-7.
We had the worst ranked running attack in football in the regular season.
Right,
We had
32nd. Yeah.
32nd, a bottom 5 defense statistically, at least in points or yards again. That team was not a good team. Eli Manning had 7 come from behind victories, 7 fourth quarter game-winning drives.
He carried that team. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Eli Manning, if Eli Manning
MVP.
from last year was the quarterback on that team, we win 1 game, maybe 2. Eli Manning literally carried that team when he was at the peak of his career. That team was not a good football team.
Wow.
So yeah, then Eagles were definitely a fluke in 2017 because all the thing I'm looking at now, I'm looking at the injuries, I'm looking at these players past their primes, I'm looking at the cap. How?
So
How?
Jaden Dawkins asked an interesting question. Should the Giants get Zach Ertz?
Nah, hell no.
Nah.
Why
He
the
makes
hell?
He makes too much money, and we got a good enough tight end with Caden Smith that we're paying pennies on the dollar.
If,
Yeah,
if there's
I
any
don't
tight
honestly,
end,
I'll
if
be
there's any
honest with
tight
you.
end
Now.
I'm getting from the Eagles, it's gonna be Goddard.
Well, yeah, Goddard, he's young too, but they're not going to give him up. He's on a rookie contract. But here's the thing. Maybe this may be a hot take. I'll never trade or pay huge money to a tight end. I don't think it's necessary. I think you can find a tight end anywhere. Honestly.
That's why we never draft
It
one in the
depends
first
on the
round.
tight end. It depends
Before
on the
we
tight
talk
end.
about that,
Look at the Giants tight ends in the past. Freaking Bear Pasco, Kevin Boss,
Jake Ballard.
Jake Ballard. Who's the guy I'm thinking about? Brandon Myers. I mean, Larry Donnell was productive for us, and the dude used to be
Will
a quarterback.
Out of Stony Brook.
Will Ty. I mean, the Giants had made production out of garbage tight ends in the past. And I mean, hey, we're still here. You know, I'm never like Evan Ingram. Like he'll never get a big contract here, even if he does be productive this year. I'm never paying him big money.
There's
It's just
certain
not
tight-
worth
like
it.
George Kittle is worth
Yeah.
it.
Well, he carries the team. Like he is the offense. You know what I mean? So
Travis Kelce is worth
Yeah.
it, but it's few and far between. I would
Right.
I'd have to be blown away by a
Guys,
prospect
here's
to
my
even
thing, right?
consider.
Guys,
that?
before we even talk about tight ends, me and PTA were talking about this way earlier. Are you paying Saquon Barkley $20 million at the end of this year?
I'm a huge Saquon guy. I friggin' love Saquon Barkley. I got to see a lot
Be
more
right back.
before I'm willing to give him the extension in this year. Last night, I'm not going to put the yardage on him because he literally had nowhere to run. As soon as he touched the ball, no running backs getting yards in that game. But the blocking was bad. The pass protection by Saquon Barkley was bad. He dropped at least 2 balls. And that was a problem last year. We talked about it. The pass protection was bad. I got to see him blow up, man, and I think he will. I still have a lot of confidence in Saquon Barkley, but this offensive line has to get a lot better. And I'm not giving him that extension if he doesn't earn it. I'm not going to just give him that money.
Right.
Here's the
pressured
thing.
to.
I'm hoping that Saquon is like, you know, not necessarily a hometown discount, but he will take say 16 or 15 mil instead of 20. But I don't know how realistic that
Here's
is.
the thing: the whole extension from Saquon. I'm not really. I would say no, and this is not because of Saquon. It's because we can't protect Saquon. We can't block for Saquon.
We can't use him properly.
If we get to the point where I'm going to be paying a running back $20 million and the same production is coming out as if I were to get a 6th-round running back, I'm just not going to do it. And it's not on Saquon. This line can't block for anybody. So therefore, I'm not going to be paying a guy in the backfield to run where we can't block for the guy. We can't open up holes for the guy. I know Saquon, paying him $20 million will mean go ahead and make your own holes. You're being paid $20 million, but I can't do it. I can't pay Saquon $20 million because we can't protect him. It's not because of Saquon. Because look, when Saquon had that screen and he was able to run free last night, he was doing Saquon things because he was able to run. Yeah, I love Saquon. There's nothing on Saquon. There's nothing against Saquon, but I can't pay him that money if we can't block for him.
We don't have the team right now set to
exactly.
To
we're not ready.
His potential.
Exactly.
What if Saquon took a lower contract? Do you think Saquon would?
Yeah, before you came back, I was like, what's the possibility of him taking a 15, 16 mil?
We can talk all these hypotheticals all we want. If Dave Gettleman remains the GM, for sure he's getting extended. But my guess is, even if they fire Gettleman, which I'm starting to think is a strong possibility by year's end, even though I'm not rooting for it.
Really?
I would hate that.
Yo, PTA.
I would hate that.
I don't know about you,
I'm
PTA.
not rooting for it. I'm not saying they should do it, but I look at this fan base right now.
No, and Tana, all you got to say is that ownership is stupid.
Ownership. This New York Giant team, for the first time since I've been watching the team over the last 5 or 6 years, lets the fan base influence their decisions.
Yeah.
And they folded to the fan base the last couple of years. And yeah, if this team wins 3 or 4 games, the writing's on the wall. I mean, Mara's come out and said it basically. He said heads are going to roll. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but that's what he said. He's not going to fire Joe Judge. Who's he going to fire? He's going to fire Dave Gettleman.
Okay. So here's my question, right? Let's say because Dave Gettleman's going to retire. Okay, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe they'll do that. Maybe it'll be Dave Gettleman.
I think Dave Gettleman would just he'd pull a Tom Coughlin and he'd step down. So let's say that happens. Then who becomes the GM?
It better be Kevin Abrams.
Well, here's the thing. You guys are thinking they're going to hire from within. I mean, Dave Gettleman came from outside. I mean, someone's probably going to come from outside. Louis Riddick was the runner-up last time. He may be still interested in that job.
Bro, I'm hoping it's Kevin Abrams because he's involved.
They're going to want to bring in a guy who's going to be willing to work with Joe Judge.
That's why I'm saying, PTA. It has to be Kevin Abrams.
You're doing when you fire or when you force Gettleman to retire. That's what's going to happen, because now you're going to tell that GM you have to accept your coach, you have to accept your quarterback if they want Daniel Jones to be the quarterback going forward, which we all hope is the case. So you're going to limit your option for GMs that you can bring in for this football team, because the top GMs are going to say, "Piss off." You're not going to tell me who my coach is. You're not going to tell me who my quarterback is. I'm a hot shot. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to instill my guys.
And that's the thing. I really hope that Mara and Tish understand that hey, if you replace Dave Gettleman, get ready, because you might have to, even though you don't want to, you might have to, get rid of Joe Judge and Daniel Jones and restart all over again. You get a new GM, even if it's Kevin Abrams.
Bro, which is why I do not like ownership right now. Ownership
and let me tell you, let me tell you, Kevin Abrams is a protege of Jerry Reese. So let's be very mindful of that. We don't want another Jerry Reese in the building.
Okay, y'all want to hear a crazy out there PTA sports conspiracy? You want to hear the craziest conspiracy I've ever?
I don't have my tinfoil hat, but I'll give it a go.
Okay. All right. This is first of all, before I say this, let me make a disclaimer. This will not happen. Okay. This will not happen. So
hypotheticals.
Anybody come back and say dumbass PTA said this, I'll never listen to him again. This is a BS conspiracy theory that I came up with when we hired Joe Judge. Okay, here it goes. This is a setup, y'all.
Don't tell me Joe Judge is going to be GM.
No.
Okay.
This is a setup, y'all.
Okay.
Setup for what?
For what?
Bill Belichick sent.
Bill Belichick's coming to town.
Bill Belichick sent Joe Judge here, knowing that Gettleman, and then Bill Belichick's going to step down as the head coach because he's sick of being the head coach.
Hey,
And Bill
let me
Belichick's
tell
gonna
you,
be the GM.
that is
That's the most
not.
conspiracy
Judge,
theories
No,
I've
but
heard.
listen.
as his
Hey,
coach.
hey, listen. That's not too far fetched.
A lot of
You
people,
know,
a lot of people have brought that up as a
yes,
possibility.
people have theorized that Bill Belichick wants to come back to New York so bad. He always talks well about New York. He loves this place. This is where he really made his mark
guys,
in the
listen.
NFL.
Wasn't Bill Belichick like interested in being the head coach before Joe Judge became it?
That was rumors, but it wasn't confirmed.
The thing is, I've seen this whole song and dance before with my New York Knicks, and it doesn't always work. If you bring in one of these legends, they brought in Phil Jackson. They said, everybody got excited. Oh, everything's going to be great. And it didn't.
Well, isn't
it didn't
Belichick basically
necessarily
the
work
GM
out.
of the Patriots right now, though?
He is the GM.
And if we're being
Yeah.
fair, guys, Belichick has all the personnel decisions. He has full say, right, in New England?
Yeah.
If we're being fair, has their personnel decisions been that good over the last 4 or 5 years?
They haven't. They actually been terrible, which is good coaching.
They traded Jimmy Garoppolo for a second-round pick. They traded Sanu for a second-round pick.
They traded for Brandon. They traded for
Brandon
Brandon Cooks. They traded for Brandon Cooks for a first-round pick. Right? First round?
And their drafts. Because I remember I did a video on this. Their drafts are among one of the worst in football over the last 6 or 7 years. And then, granted, they're picking at the back end, but still, they haven't drafted that well either, the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Listen,
it's just good coaching over there.
I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I was just sitting there thinking about, like, why in the hell would we bring Joe Judge here? This is when I was flipping out about the head coach hire. Go look at that video. Christy Entertainer loved that video. He loved the video of me flipping out.
Well, but hey,
flip out.
But hey, I think we know now why they loved Joe Judge, and that's why we hired. I mean, the interview must have been insane.
Of course. But I sat there and I was like, why would we bring Joe Judge in? This makes no sense.
Guys, real quick, is this a hot take? Because I don't think it's a hot take, at least in the past 3 years.
No,
Dave Gettleman's one of the best drafters in football.
Yeah, there's no debating that. Yeah,
Gettleman's way better.
Now look at Carolina. Even look at Carolina.
I did a video on this too. Dave Gettleman, I think he was top 3 or 4. He had the best in terms of players that are still in the NFL that he drafted in the years while he was the Carolina general manager. I think it was like a 40% of the players that he drafted 5-6 years ago were still in the NFL.
So good.
Dave Gettleman's a very good evaluator of talent. There's no doubt about it. Even the biggest Gettleman detractor would tell you that that's the case. He's drafted well here. It's everything else that people don't like. The free agent acquisitions, even though we didn't have a lot of cap space the first 2 years. But I really think ownership had a lot to do with the fact that we didn't rebuild when we should have. I really believe that. The first year that Gettleman was here, I think Mara said, we got to try to win. We still got Eli. You got to try to win your first year. I think that was the agreement when Gettleman took the job.
I'm just saying, it just made perfect sense because it made no sense for why we hired Joe Judge at the time. And I was like, yo, I think Belichick is trying to, he sent his protege, right? Because this is probably the only person that
Belichick legitimately likes Joe Judge.
Yeah, this is the only coach that's from the Belichick tree that Bill Belichick personally groomed. Bill Belichick personally groomed Joe Judge. Okay, so it's like, all right, so he sent Joe Judge here. Right?
Yes, real quick, I just want to say I actually think Belichick was grooming Judge to be the next Patriots head coach.
Probably. So he sent Joe Judge over here, and he told the Maras and the Tishes, listen, I'm sick of being a head coach. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to just get into the office. So I'm going to send Joe Judge there. He's going to be there for a minute. When you guys are done with Gettleman, let me know, and I'm out. Like, I'm serious, but I'm not serious. I'm serious that I thought about that, but I'm not serious about that's what's happening, okay? It's just my crazy conspiracy theory that makes too much sense. This is Bill Belichick knew what he wanted. He wanted to come to the Giants and be in the front office, so he sent his protege here. That's what I think. But I don't really think that. But that's what I think.
It's not a theory. It's a sports theory. And I was like, I don't know if you guys know the channel Game Theory, yeah. Yes. And then like at the end of each video with that, so I'm like, it's not a theory, it's a sports theory.
Yeah. Aliens. I'm just saying, man.
my theory, I don't even know if you consider a conspiracy there. I think the real reason that Dave Gettleman kept his job, I really believe this, because they had every excuse to fire him. And I like Gettleman, but they had the clean start excuse. That, we're getting rid of that coach. We want a fresh start. And I couldn't have argued that. I would have said I completely understand. You want to start from scratch. You don't want to GM and head coach on different timelines. They didn't decide to do it. I honestly think the primary reason why they brought Gettleman back was to give Joe Judge a buffer. The fan base is not going to come on Joe Judge's first year now. The fan base is probably going to stay mainly away from Daniel Jones. They're going to go all in on Gettleman. Everything that goes wrong this year, it doesn't matter if Daniel Jones sneezes the wrong way. They're going to blame Dave Gettleman. Dave Gettleman is going to be the scapegoat.
Oh, DeAndre Baker.
DeAndre Baker.
DeAndre Baker. Yeah.
He's going to be the scapegoat for
It
the
was like,
2022.
what?
And
How
I
was your
really
gross
believe
sauce?
in my heart. I really believe in my heart that that's why ownership brought Dave Gettleman back, to protect Joe Judge from the wrath of the fan base.
Wow.
I mean, it's like you
that-
said,
that-
Chris.
that-
The
that
past
makes a lot of
couple of
sense.
years, bro, with this fan base, you spit facts. It's the first time I've ever seen the Giants ownership bend to the fan base.
It's
It
crazy.
really is.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And the fans may like that because they feel like they have a say. That's not the way you run an organization, okay?
Yeah.
That's not the way you run a YouTube channel. When I make YouTube,
Right.
videos, I know. I made the video today. I said to myself, because I came out and I definitively said Daniel Jones had a great game. You think I don't know that the people that love Bad Dog's opinion and he was going crazy? You think I don't know that they're going to think I'm an idiot? I don't care. I'm going to tell them how it is. And it's the same thing with the New York Giants. You can't run an organization worried about what the people on the outside think. You have to do what you think is right for your team, and it's not good when you let the fan base dictate things. I've seen it as a nickname for the last 15 years.
Yeah, that's bad business right there, man.
Listen, I said in my reaction video that people were going to probably come in and give it a bunch of thumbs down and call me every name in the book in the comment section. But it's like, yo, if you're mad about this team losing, it's your fault. It's not the team's fault. It's your fault. So, like, yo, I agree. Like, you can't do anything based on the fan base. All right. There's only one profession, right, that you need to listen to the fan base, and it's professional wrestling. Okay. That's the only entity that you need to listen to the fans, because the fans make the stars, but not here. All right. Not in football. Fans don't make nobody. All right. There's plenty of really good players that fans just hate. They just hate them. Okay. Tom Brady. Everyone hates Tom Brady except for the Patriots fans and now the Tampa Bay fans. But everybody hates Tom Brady. Patooey. We don't like the dude, all right? But he's good, and we have to admit that. So you can't listen to the fan base. Man, Kush, your comment section has been really going in on me today.
What happened? What happened?
And I'm trying to be a good boy.
I mean, Raphael is saying that you're saying facts.
Well, then right under that, Kenny.
I mean, Kenny's been trolling
Kenny the
PTA since the
Mochaccino.
beginning.
Kenny the Mochaccino, man. You know what, Kenny? You're going to make me come back into the Discord.
Oh, Dylan Renner just said Nuggets versus Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Wow.
real?
You're lying. Hold up.
Seriously?
So the Nuggets came back down.
74.
Oh,
they
there's
came back
7
down
minutes,
to
bro.
last
There's
year.
7 minutes left in the quarter, bro.
Oh,
This man got me
God.
hyped.
Freaking Renner is a freaking. I should have known. He's an all-time freaking troll.
Bro, there's
What's the
7
score?
minutes left in the
What's
quarter.
the score?
It
I
is
don't-
86-74, but there's 7 minutes left in the quarter. I got
Fourth
so
quarter?
hyped
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter.
They're gonna
Who's
yeah.
win.
winning?
They're
Who's
by
winning,
that much,
though?
they're gonna
The
win.
Nuggets are winning.
Oh, then it's gonna happen.
No,
That's why Renner said it.
7 minutes left in the game, man. Come on, man.
Bro, I got really hyped.
Bro, they're
I-
like 15. They're 15 points down.
Bro,
That's
They
too
still
soon to
got
know that, but they
Kawhi, man. Are you serious? They got
listen,
Kawhi
guys.
left.
My nickname for Paul
They had
George
Kawhi
is-
all 7 games.
my nickname for Paul George is George Paul the Mook. I want the Mook out of the playoffs. I hate this
Oh,
man so
God,
much.
The Mook.
I hate
Why
him
do
so
you-
much.
Why do you hate him?
You know, bro, Paul George is just a straight Mook. First of all, what he did to Dame Lillard was pure slander. It was
Oh,
uncalled
God.
for and blasphemy. Second of all, this
It was
man,
funny though. It made for
second of all,
good entertainment.
This man cheated on his wife with a stripper and then went and married that stripper and had kids with them.
Oh
That's-
damn! Oh
So?
my God, is that for real?
No.
So?
What's the
So?
point? So did the
Pest,
stripper
you're a
look
dog,
better?
bro. You're
Did
a
the
dog.
stripper look better? But did the stripper look better though?
Oh no, she no. she did not.
Pest, you speaking from experience, Pest?
Hey man, y'all about to get me messed up. I love my wife. I know what y'all talking about.
Yo,
He
shout
was
out
like,
to-
so? What?
Shout out to anybody who gets this reference because
Jamal Griffin gave it. Oh yeah, I saw
anybody who
that.
gets that reference, yeah.
I saw
but-
that.
But yeah, no,
I didn't get that
I don't like Paul George.
Hey, speaking of ratchet, the ratchet females. Did y'all see the picture of the 3 girls that were talking about Odell Beckham?
Yeah, they're the same
ugly
girl.
as
Yeah,
hell.
bro.
Oh
they're the
my
same
God! I
girl.
said, Odell, you let
Yo,
them
they look like-
take a
they-
dump on your chest?
PTA.
Oh
PTA. They're the same girls that said they ran a train on the I said
On the
that I keep saying
Nuggets.
that
On
not
the
the Nuggets,
Nuggets?
the Suns, the Suns.
Oh, the Suns. Okay,
The
okay.
Yo, they look like swap meet.
They look beat, bro. They look hurt. They look hurt, man.
They look like the type of girls that would take a dump on your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what makes the
Exactly.
story extra believable.
By the
Oh
way,
yeah.
this comment is true.
What?
And the
The
girl,
girl that PG cheated on was Doc Rivers' daughter,
I mean, listen.
and now he plays for Doc Rivers.
Wow.
Why we concerned with who?
Listen, I just don't like PG, bro. And also the whole playoff P thing. You don't give
Playoff
yourself a
P.
nickname, and then you
Pandemic
go and
P.
you fail in the playoffs
I mean,
consistently.
Pandemic P.
Pandemic P rolling through with 0 points. Pandemic P rolling through with the with the single triple.
So have a good night, man. Sports influence. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right, now,
Sports
appreciate
influencer.
you, man. Hey, hit me up on Twitter, man. Let's talk.
Yeah, man. Odell, you know, Odell never came out and addressed the situation directly. He did not.
Listen, man. Why do we listen? If Odell likes chunky peanut butter on his chest, what business of it is ours? Like,
listen. If the information is out there, I don't give a damn. You're gonna have to address it, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to address it. His PR team was like, "No, do not talk about this.
Don't say nothing.
You play for the
That's a
Browns.
smart move.
You play
That's
for
a
the
smart
Browns.
play.
Do not talk about
Calvin,
this."
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Calvin. Have a good one.
Listen, it's a smart
This
play
game
to
messed
not
up.
say anything. Like to just be like, whatever. It's a smart play.
Have a good night, Calvin.
Man.
Have a good night, Calvin. I'm sorry about that. We're gonna try and steer back to sports a little bit here. The only
This is
reason we got off
sports.
into
Hey,
that,
this is sports.
We're talking about
OBJ
Odell
plays for the
Beckham.
Browns. He plays for the
the
Browns.
He
Yeah.
likes
It is
a little
sports.
extra brown.
Technically, it's sports.
Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, hey, you want to keep it about sports? Odell wants out of Cleveland.
yeah, Odell wants out of Cleveland. Allen Robinson wants out of Chicago. KB,
Okay,
entertain. Let me get your thoughts.
Yeah.
First off, I'm not surprised. Odell
Right.
Beckham to me is the guy that I thought it the second we traded him. He's probably
Yeah.
going to play for 3 more teams before the end of his career. He's a diva. He's the type of guy who's never going to be happy, and it's why I wanted him off the football team. I was not upset at all when we traded him. To me, you don't win with divas. You don't. You don't want guys that think they're above the team, and I felt like he did. And a lot, you hear things in the locker room. They say that he was a great teammate, and I'm not saying maybe he was to certain guys. Bottom line is the guy went to the media, said he didn't want to be here, said he wanted to play with the palm trees. I don't care what anybody says. He bashed Eli Manning. People say it was the truth. Doesn't matter. Even if it was the truth, you don't go above the head of your quarterback. It's one thing to keep it in-house. It's another thing to voluntarily do interviews to throw your quarterback under the bus. So, and now he's probably going to do the same thing with Baker Mayfield. Just give it time. So, listen, I'm not surprised at all. And wherever he gets traded, he's probably going to do the same thing again. And it's a history with receivers like that. You saw Terrell Owens do it. You saw, number of receivers in the past. Chad Ochocinco was a diva.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, at least with T.O. still managed to be like the best receiver in the NFL.
T.O. and Odell are not even on the same planet.
Mhm.
Right.
In terms of their career accolades. But yeah, I'm not surprised, and I think eventually he will get traded. I don't know if it'll be this year, but eventually he's going to get traded, and it'll probably be to a contender. I said in my video today, I said probably the Packers. I could see making a lot of sense. They need a receiver. And the Patriots. The Patriots have shown in the past they're willing to take shots on Antonio Brown, Josh Gordon. So I could see the Patriots getting involved as well if he's actually on the market.
Yeah.
Yo,
Think he still wants to go to the 49ers?
Would be nuts.
49ers could make sense as well.
Because he wanted to go to the 49ers back when the Giants were going to trade him. Your thoughts, KB?
As far as that goes, yeah, he probably will get traded out of Cleveland. He doesn't want to play there. He wants to play for a winner. And Patriots makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, that being said, and Allen Robinson, I knew it was going to happen with Allen Robinson because, back when he was in Jacksonville, there was this clip that came out in Jacksonville training camp where he was like cursing out Blake Bortles and saying, damn, I can't play with y'all or something like that because Blake Bortles can't throw. And every time in practice, Allen Robinson was wide open and he wasn't able to hit him. So as soon as he went to the Bears, I'm like, he's gonna do it with Mitch Trubisky. You go from Blake Bortles to Mitch Trubisky. You didn't upgrade at all. So I knew he was gonna want out of there as well. So it was to be expected.
So do you think him coming? Because I see a lot of people talk about him coming to the Giants. Do you think that'd be a bad move?
It's not going to happen. I don't think it'd be a bad move. It's just not going to happen. I think the Giants have other things to worry about, and I don't think we have the cap space to hold out an Allen Robinson contract.
Yeah, he's gonna get a contract.
He's got to be re-signed.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good idea to trade for anybody at this point. If I'm being honest,
Yeah, let's just run with the guys we got.
Run with the guys we got. To me, this is a rebuilding year. I think us as fans have to realize that we don't want to be giving up draft assets. I think we only got 5 picks as is. Hopefully, we get a magical year and we start winning 3-4 in a row. And we start to actually believe we could make the playoffs. But if we're thinking reasonably, if we're making trades, I think it's going to be to acquire draft picks, not give them up.
Speaking of which, guys, Golden Tate, as of right now, is still out for week 2. Obviously, that can change come Saturday, Friday. Who are we moving on from the practice squad?
They just cut the guy I liked.
Yeah, they cut Bachman, kid. They cut
Bachman.
Bachman today.
But they brought what was they released him because they released him. What was it?
Derek Dillon.
Dylan.
The guy that ran the 4.2640.
Yeah, they brought Dylan back, so he's back on the.
Why? Why? Because he's fast. Come on. I hate that, man. He didn't do. I mean, Bachman really showed that he deserves to be on this roster, not Dylan.
Well, Bachman may come back. I mean, they're going to be doing roster shuffling every single week.
Right,
so
right. But
when these guys get off, it doesn't mean that they're not coming back. But
right.
we got to do something, man, because I personally hated the fact that we came out to the game with 4 wide receivers. Like I was like 4. Just 4. That's what you guys are doing? 4?
They cannot roll into the Bears with 4 wide receivers. They're gonna.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I
They
think
need to roll in
they're
with 5.
lucky. Look at Sterling Shepard got hit a lot last game. They're lucky he didn't go out with an injury.
yes.
Sterling Shepard got hit a lot in traffic last game in those catches. They're lucky. They're lucky that Sterling Shepard didn't go out, and now they have 3 wide receivers left.
So now that Bachman was cut, who are you moving up? We got New Jersey Jake here saying Benjamin Victor season.
I guess I would have to put up Benjamin Victor just to see what we had because he adds more versatility there. I like Austin Mack more, but let's just see what we got in Victor since he's a 6'4" guy. So
I'm completely for calling him up. I think we need another receiver anyway. Even if Tate comes back, I'd like to have 6 on the roster. I thought that I think that we need to spread the offense out a bit, and maybe week to week we'll change our game plan. Maybe we felt like we needed more 2 tight end sets against a team like the Steelers, but I really want to see Ratley get more of an opportunity. I think Ratley's got a lot of upside from everything that I've seen.
I like Ratley.
One thing I noticed last night, Tana, was that after Ratley dropped the pass from DJ did not throw it to any receiver that wasn't a starter. He ignored CJ Board and Ratley for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think he hit board late, but for the most part, yeah, he completely was going to Slayton and Shepard, and that was pretty much it in terms of
in terms of Sabrina here, she said she missed Golden Tate. How do you think Golden Tate would have affected the game, if any, if he was in there?
Not too much.
We weren't gonna win.
Yeah.
But
especially based on our personnel groups that we were using. I mean, we're using 2 and 3 tight end sets. We're not using 3 wide receiver sets. I don't necessarily know if it would have made a difference. It would have been good for
maybe a little bit, but not nearly enough. I mean, Golden Tate to me is one of the most underrated players on this team. I've said that time and time again. I thought he had a really good year last year. I like him. He's not a part of the future, though. I think they're cutting him after this year. But I mean, I maybe it wouldn't have made it. We lost by 10 points, and we really lost by 16 or 17, whatever it was. We had a garbage time touchdown. He wasn't making any difference in that game.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, why said why does KB look like a DJ? I'm just paying attention, man. It looks like I'm looking up at the screen. My computer screen is up. That's why
I like the desk setup. That's what next year. That's my goal. I want to have a good desk setup. I want to get rid of the.
Oh yeah, man. I just got it, and it's so much better. Like I feel more organized. Like usually, if I'm doing a live stream or if I'm making a video, I have to like set everything up differently, and it's so much easier now, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, like
it's an L desk too, right? You said you got the L desk.
Yeah, I got an L-shaped desk. So especially when we were live streaming yesterday, I was able to have my little monitor here, my computer over there, the webcam right there.
I need to make space for an L desk. I just don't have the space for it right now. The way my thing is set up.
Yeah, I got a whole room dedicated to my office. I got one room in my house, just my office. I could do anything in here.
I gotta get my basement finished so that I can move all this down there because this setup is okay, but it's okay when I'm doing like my videos where I don't have a camera, when I don't have the camera on, but like I look just as unprofessional as possible.
Hey man, you're first starting
bro.
out. You know, hey, you know how I started. You want to know how I started out? I started out sitting on my bed and having my phone on the windowsill and saying, "Hey guys, let's talk Giants." That's how I started. 6
Yeah, I
years
mean,
ago.
I was in my apartment. I was in my
Yeah,
apartment.
yeah, bro. I'm like, I got people walking in the kitchen and stuff, bro. It is what it is.
That's
You
all
gotta
right though,
start
because you're first of all, the Hub is just such a nice guy. He's just
Thank you.
Yo,
he's
Hub's
just the
awesome.
nicest guy in the world. He's just such a nice
Apparently,
guy.
I'm so nice that PTA told me that Cop Hizzle used it as an insult. That I'm too nice.
Yeah, you're such a nice guy. The Hub gives you that family feel, okay? It's a family stream, all right, and that's why he has family there, man. Like that
Yeah.
he's just representing the family aspect of this community, man.
Hey, Chris, what were you saying, man?
I forgot what I was gonna say. I was looking over Cop Pizzle taking a shot at me on Twitter for a second, so I had to
Again?
respond.
Wait a
Oh,
minute,
really?
Not
Here's
like
what-
that shot. He said
What'd he
something about-
say?
He
He
said
said it time.
somebody wrote a comment about Evan Ingram. I posted something today about Slayton. I said I looked over a lot of things. I was talking about Daniel Jones. And then somebody said I feel like Evan Ingram isn't getting enough slander. And then I responded to him. I said he's going to get slander in this video. And then Pizzle said most Giant YouTubers have been choking on Evan Ingram for over a month now. So then I said, and then I just politely said, you know your stuff, Pizzle. You know your stuff. he always takes a subtle shot at me on Twitter every once in a while. He said something about Slayton too. I'm like,
Yeah, he also went at us doing game previews. Apparently, game previews are a bad thing now. So
Yeah. Every YouTuber,
Did he really?
ever since I've done it, everybody does. He used to do it.
yeah.
But
So
now
apparently,
game
doing a
previews
preview
are
is
not good.
Apparently, you're a booger eater if you do a preview and you try to analyze how your team is gonna play.
Nah, what you guys saw with me, bro. Apparently, you can't like PTA's tweets. That's what happened with me. I couldn't like PTA's tweets, bro.
Oh man, yeah.
He's trying to start controversy.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
he's officially been exposed.
Yeah.
Listen, he's been exposed. I exposed the man because I put out a whole ass video about him and he didn't say nothing. So if he's really the 60-minute man, then he should have had something to say about little.
He just said something else. He said, "How did you like those 2 touchdowns for Slayton last night?" But Barkley makes the offense go. Number 86.
This dude's really. Come on, man. We all know.
So
that's not
Hey,
I
tell him. Did you know that we lost?
Every time you write something,
stream-
I'm just gonna say, you know your stuff. That's what I just wrote again. You know your stuff.
I did say on stream that Pizzle was right about Slayton because he's been jock riding Slayton.
No, but hey, let me get something straight. I'll let you continue real quick, Pez. But let me get something straight. Remember, we still lost the game. If Saquon, let's say Slayton had a bad game, but that Saquon went off, I guarantee you we win that game.
Yeah.
Guarantee you we win that game. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Saquon runs the offense, not Slayton, not a wide receiver. Odell never even ran our offense. Okay?
No.
So Slayton is not going. I love Slayton. He's not going to run. A wide receiver can never run your offense.
Listen. I'm not going to get into it with him, but I said in my video, in games in which Saquon Barkley has 20 carries more, the Giants are 5-1. In games in which he doesn't, they're now 4-20. So
that's why
it.
I said even though the run game wasn't going, I'm disappointed he only had 15 total carries. I was really disappointed by that.
They couldn't move. I can't blame him for this game though. They couldn't move the ball. I mean, the offensive line wasn't providing anything.
They didn't have a shot to move the ball against that Steelers front seven. They didn't have a shot.
Why didn't we try running the ball with Gallman or Dion Lewis?
No, that wasn't gonna happen.
They
didn't have a shot.
No, all I'm saying is you never tried it, bro. Listen. Listen, we were wrapping up James Conner. They bring in Benny Snell and Jalen Samuels, and all of a sudden the Steelers' run game got going.
You trying to get Gallman murdered on Cam?
All I'm saying, bro, is we could have tried.
Yeah, but listen. In my opinion, I think Benny Snell is better than James Conner. I never even liked James Conner that much, but
James Conner sucked last night.
Yeah.
Hub out here trying to get Wayne Gallman white chalk. What do you mean?
He's like, this is just Saquon Barkley's role. Get you killed up here. year.
Remember when we were all well? Nah, I don't know about you guys, but I was one of those people when we got Wingolman in 2017. I was beyond hype.
I was hyped. I said we
Yeah.
got our next running back, and I'm like, oh, never mind. And Orleans, I'm like, let me tell you something right now. I was the hugest Orleans
We
Darkwa
need
fan.
Orleans Darkwa back.
I loved Orleans Darkwa, man. When he got, let me tell you, we traded for him we claimed him off the practice squad, Miami's practice squad, back in what, 2015? Something like that. No, 2014. That was Odell's year. And he had like six rushes in that game for like 43 yards or something like that in that St. Louis game or something like that. I was like, oh my God, start this man. We had Andre Williams starting who ran for 2 yards a carry. I was like, oh my God. And then that game in 2015 where he I think he filled in for Rashad Jennings and killed it the rest of that game. We wound up winning that game.
And do you remember in 2017 when we went up against the Broncos, best run defense in the NFL?
Yes.
He ran for 150.
Yes. And listen, Orleans Darkwa was an absolute beast. It sucks he got hurt. He never got back in the league. I followed him on freaking Instagram. I follow him all the time, everywhere now. But damn, man, it sucks that he's out the league, man, because he was a real sleeper, man. Orleans Darkwa was the guy.
I thought he was going to get an opportunity this year. They were talking about
Right.
it. Somebody I thought brought him in, but he didn't get an opportunity.
Yeah, like Adam Schefter came out and said that he's healthy and that he's looking for teams, and nobody brought him in, man. Orleans Darkwa needs a job, man. I can't believe Andre Williams. Oh my God, how many of you guys thought that he was going to work out? I thought he was going to work out because he was a bowling ball in freaking.
I thought he'd at least be like a guy that could give you, the short yardage carries.
I think he had like
two, down back, but
I think he had like 200-yard games ever, like with the Giants.
Can someone go see if Brandon Jacobs is in game shape? Please. Can someone go see if he's in game shape?
That's the type of running back we need. The guy that gets those tough yardage. We don't have that on this team.
Brandon Jacobs is an absolute monster, man.
Saquon.
He would make you run through a wall.
I'm telling you right, I love Saquon, but Brandon Jacobs would have bust through that Steelers D line.
He's the original 27 squad.
But he wouldn't. He might have gotten 30 yards on 15 carries instead of 6. and he would have made us a little bit more unpredictable. But I don't think anybody was running the way our offensive line blocked. I don't think anybody was doing much last night.
Which is crazy, right? Because we were okay in the pass blocking game, but run blocking, which is usually easier, was just atrocious.
Dylan Renner is such a troll.
Part of me thinks it was the like I said, the whole letting Dupree go. I didn't know what the hell they were doing. It looked very complex. They were asking Gase to go over and block Dupree off the. I didn't know what they were doing. So part of me thinks hopefully they dummy it down and they don't go with that type of philosophy this week. I think that they really struggled due to that.
Do you think in the run game that it might have been Garrett just outcoached himself?
It's possible.
No. Yeah, I don't think so. Because I don't think he outcoached himself in the run game. Yeah, because Saquon's first carry, he was already in the back. I mean, I don't think it was Jason Garrett. I think he tried to do all he can do, but I don't think he outcoached himself there.
They had 9 guys in the box.
The Steelers defense are gangsters, y'all. They're gangsters. There was nothing we can do. They're gangsters. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's a great defense, and we're not a great offense yet. So
right.
You're not going to beat them. Not with our offensive line. Not yet.
And to be completely honest, like overall, like watching the game, it didn't look like the offensive line was doing anything super complex. I mean, occasionally they do some kind of crazy pulling here and there, but it didn't look like they were doing anything super complex. They were just getting their asses kicked. Like that's
right.
They were getting their asses kicked in the trenches. And it seemed like on passing downs or in passing situations, they weren't sending so many people, so the offensive line was able to block a little bit better. I mean, but when they were sending like crazy blitz combinations, they were just kicking the shit out of us. It's just what it was.
No, actually, not really. Daniel Jones faced so many blitzes, and he still did well.
Oh, he did.
He
did because he played like an OG, man. He stood tough in the box.
I'll tell you what, man. Last night, in my opinion, was the first, and it took me to a year or two with Eli Manning, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm a fan. Maybe I'm being too optimistic. But last night was the first time, and I definitely saw glimpses last year, but I always said to myself last year, I like what I see.
Oh, by the way, guys, Nuggets just beat the Clippers. The final score was 104-89.
Oh, you happy. Whatever.
Wow, big upset. But last year, he definitely had the 4 touchdown game, the 5 touchdown. But I always said to myself, I like what I see. but who's he doing it against? And last night was really the first time that I saw him against put it where it's on his back. He's going up against a great defense. They couldn't run, and he showed that he could carry the football team. And last night was really the first time for me that I said to myself, I think we got a franchise quarterback. Last year I thought he could be, but I wasn't fully bought in. I'm not going to say I'm fully, but I'm damn near close. I was very impressed with what he did last night after I had time to think about it and what he had to overcome last night against that defense.
Yeah, we definitely have our guy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I've been saying that. I've been saying that Daniel Jones. This kid's got the stuff, man. This kid's legit, and I'm willing to die on that hill right now, just based off of what I've seen so far. But definitely based off of that game last night, man. This is a guy, and you can kind of see that like the offense wants to play for this kid, like they want to play for him. So yeah, I like it.
The offense, bro.
He had one throw. It was I think he was on his own 5. I think it was the second drive. It was like a 3rd and 10 from his own 5 in his own end zone. They got a ton of pressure. He threw a freaking bullet into a tight window. There were 3 defenders around him. That play was ridiculous. The throw of his back foot with a man right in his face, and he threw it as if he was stepping into the throw. He had that much mustard on it. He made so many good throws in that game last night. I was really impressed. I was depressed, obviously, after he threw the pick, both picks. We were up 10-3. Can't happen there. But overall, all things considered, I don't know how you could blame Daniel Jones for that loss. I know everybody wants to jump on him. And you know what, Best and Kid Blue, the Hub, we experienced it with Eli Manning when he first came into the league. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If Eli Manning came to the same situation that Daniel Jones did with the shitty team that Daniel Jones inherited, because Eli Manning didn't inherit that. Eli Manning inherited a really good defense. He inherited an emerging offensive line, and by year 2, they were a playoff team, and it had very little to do with Eli Manning early on in his career. If he inherited this team, we never get an opportunity for a Super Bowl because the fan base would have ran Eli Manning out. The fact that we're already hearing fans say the things they're saying about Daniel Jones, Eli Manning's my favorite Giant ever. He's the best quarterback ever. But at this point in Eli Manning's career, he doesn't measure up to where Daniel Jones is, especially when you factor in the supporting cast. They would have run Eli Manning out of town. We would have never sniffed those Super Bowls. And that's why I say when you see these fans, oh, he sucks, Trevor Lawrence this, Trevor Lawrence that. If you're not going to give these guys time to develop, Trevor Lawrence is just going to be the next Daniel Jones. Because Trevor Lawrence is going to come into the same situation with the shitty offensive line, the bad weapons, and he's going to take time to learn. And then you guys are going to say, oh, he's a boss. Year and a half in, next quarterback. That's the way the fan base is. Get rid of the coach, get rid of the GM, get rid of the quarterback. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, it's the Browns effect.
It frustrates me.
This team's going to be all right. Y'all heard it here first, okay? I pride myself on telling y'all all the good stuff, okay? All the stuff that eventually comes true. This team's gonna be fine, man. This team's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I have the confidence in it, man. That's why I'm not even worried about it. Yeah, this
team's gonna be fine. And here's the reason. Here's the biggest reason why this team's gonna be fine. It's gonna be because our coaching staff. Because I hated our coaching staff at first. I hated them. And whenever I hate something, it turns out to be good. All right. Trust me,
right, bro. Can you please?
Hire. I hated the Daniel Jones draft pick. I hated it. PTA. I hated it.
PTA.
It's gonna be all right.
PTA. Can you real quick just hate on the Giants for the next 16 weeks?
Bro, what do you think I'm doing right now?
Next 20 weeks?
He's like, I'm trying.
What do you think I've been doing this whole time? I've been hating on this team, man. Listen, I'm hating on this team, but I'm not hating on this team like a woe is me kind of way. I'm hating on this team in a authentic, realistic type of way. I've been saying this since I started my channel. Hey, y'all, Giants ain't gonna win. Like I've been saying it. Like I have. How many times have I said, yo, this guaranteed that the Giants are going to win this game? I don't think I've ever said that since I've started my channel. I am the Giants hater here because I don't think
you're not a hater though. You're a realist.
Yeah, you're realistic.
Yeah.
People with unrealistic expectations say that you're a hater or that you're making excuses. No, you're not making excuses. You're seeing it clear as day. There's a team that is much more experienced than we are, much more advanced. And we're a team that's not ready to compete with a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
I don't have to say that everything sucks because everything doesn't sucks. But I don't listen, y'all. I don't like the team right now.
Listen,
like
think about it like this: when you were 10 years old, are you going to be able to beat a guy that's 15 in basketball? Probably not.
Right.
Right now, we're a 10-year-old going up against a 15-year-old playing basketball.
Yeah.
I like that analogy too. I like that analogy.
We gonna be all right because there's a lot of stuff on this team that I hate. And when I hate things, they turn out to be good. That's just I got lucky. I got lucky with Eli because I liked Eli from the jump because he was a Manning, and I was like, "Yo, the pedigree here is going to be fantastic."
Yeah.
I got lucky there. All right, I got lucky on that one. But typically, if I hate something, you know what? I didn't like Tom Coughlin at first.
I don't think anybody did.
Hey,
I love
he worked
Tom
out pretty
Coughlin.
good
Yeah, nobody did.
I love
so
Tom
hey,
Coughlin.
we gonna be all right. I'm saying it here. We're gonna be all right because there's a lot of stuff that I hate. There's a lot of stuff that I hate about this team, man. I'm just keeping it real, being honest.
Yeah,
Hey man, hey guys, I'm gonna wind up leaving soon too. I gotta get ready for bed and get ready for work tomorrow, man.
This is a pretty good time to end it right here. I'll just call it.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everybody in the chat, Dylan Renner, Sean Torres. Thank you to my 2 new members, the sports influencer, Giants Opinion Sports. Everybody, you guys were great all night. Thank you for Pest for coming on. And then, of course, KB and Entertainer for hopping on halfway through. It was amazing, guys. Thank you.
Oh,
I appreciate you for having me on, man. Looking forward to doing it again.
Yeah.
Thanks to the user with all the names. Thank you for coming in and giving Kush the views, man. We appreciate that.
Right. Oh, guys, catch me and Kid Blue tomorrow on the Young Guns podcast. We will be on at 7. LPG making a return to the channel. Talk Steelers and Bears tomorrow, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sounds
sir.
like a plan. All right,
Thank
guys.
you,
Be
man.
good.
We're out.